It's like they don't fucking believe us. Because we call them after it's done, you know? Because, like, the fucking hiccup and all that other, like, internet being fucked for, like, a solid, like, 10 minutes is over by the time we reach them. It's like, no, it's on your end. We're not getting anything in the area. No, of course, it's over!
Yeah, I'm getting fed up with it myself.
God, I need to mute the stream.
Like, what the fuck?
I just heard Shay yelling in stereo.
Like, what the actual fuck?
Honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
that was always the
someone
worst
else,
part of
but it's like, it's not us. It's not gonna fucking solve anything. How about you
Demo,
fucking
come
check
back.
the goddamn area? I'm so angry. Oh.
Sorry for the 30-minute interruption, everybody. 40, something like that.
It should have been. I paid $145 fucking for this fucking shit. I swear.
Have you tried upgrading?
I don't need to fucking upgrade.
Maybe we need to change the modem out for the 3rd time in a year.
It's not even been a year. It's been 2 months.
Is all our shit updated?
Yes.
Have you
It's been
updated
2
your
months,
software?
did you? I thought you guys changed your modem out like a
January.
week ago. Or was that the power cable?
That was last month, basically.
So
Okay.
last
Yeah.
year we switched to a newer modem because ours was having issues. It wasn't holding up anymore. You know, outdated. And it was
And
basically
then that one
free.
fried.
And then it fried, and they basically just gave us the same one and switched it out like in January. And this has been happening for like fucking months on the same day.
The reason it fried out was because it was during one of these goddamn issues that was going on with the internet.
Yeah.
If it's your whole area, you guys need to get together and do a class action against them.
So fucking dumb. Anyway, sorry guys, let's get back in.
Demo, get the fuck back here.
We can start with Aelin. At the very least, he can funnel off of all of our rage while fixing a fucking window.
Sure, let's get up everyone one moment. Aelin, are you
Don't
there?
forget, beat with a string.
Sorry.
So Aelin,
Ye.
she's now standing over you with this katana-sized spoon, wooden spoon, right? And you're on the floor cross-legged with this book on your knee, open on your knee, and the, like, toolbox next to you, the shattered fragments of a window, at least the fragments that didn't go outside, and you have to, one, figure out how you're going to get the window off of the wall, and then install the new window. I'm going to need you to roll me intelligence.
Intelligence? 5.
Alright, so you don't innately know how to do this. I'm going to need you to roll an investigation to figure out how to do it through the book.
Hey, 18.
It takes you a bit to try to find the right chapter, and then you spend some time reading. You can now roll your next intelligence check at advantage.
Rolls.
It's been an hour now, and you've managed to basically, you can make now a dexterity check to see how well you get this off the wall without ruining the house.
Alright, let's go. Best up. Really?
You're gonna be there for a bit. Do you work diligently? Do you complain?
He does curse a lot under his breath, but mainly at the window.
Okay, so how many times have you cursed? Because now the swear jar is next to you.
It's a 25. There, 25.
Alright, you're gonna need to drop a gold piece every time you swear. So make sure you're
Okay.
keeping track of that.
It's 100 gold to 1 copper, right?
Honey?
No, 10.
It's 10 to 10 to 10.
It's 10 to... Wasn't there 100 somewhere?
1
Is it-
copper is 10 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold, but 1 bronze is 100 copper.
Ah, yes, okay.
And 1 tin is 100 bronze.
I'm bad at math.
So am I.
I get that. Though, after, like, how many gold coins have you put in there?
Well, I had 3.
Ah! Well, she'll start breaking, like, she has her own, considering this is not a new swear jar. So she'll start, like, trading out, like, gold pieces for, like, silver, if you need it. But how many swears have you said so far?
25.
Alright, at the 25th mark, she'll smack you on the hand, basically, as you're trying to dump another coin in there. Stop swearing.
I'm sorry, it just comes naturally to me.
You really want your child to be cursing at you? Is that gonna help anything?
I mean, it can't do any harm.
I mean, wouldn't cursing at you cause you to get angry? And then you could probably, take it out on your child? Good manners, sir.
I mean, sure, but
You've
we all
taken
need
5
to curse
bludgeoning
every now and
damage.
then.
From that hand smack, by the way.
So... Look, could you just give me an hour? I'll
I
fix
am
the
giving you
window.
an hour. I'm watching you. We're also talking about why did you throw the book out the window? What went through your mind that made this happen?
That was the quickest way for nobody to know that I was having a child.
Why don't you want your friends to know you're having a child?
They've got enough going on right now. You know, what with saving the fate of all existence.
So you did this out of concern for them,
Believe it or not, aye.
and not because you're trying to hide something.
I mean both. But I'm trying to hide it out of concern. They don't need to be worried about what I do with me pecker.
You know that makes them worry more, right? Because what else
Why?
are you hiding? Because you're a friend. They care about their friend, even if you are. And in my short time knowing you, I can see how stressed you make them. I hope you know.
Aye, I do. I get
I've
that.
known you for what, a day, and I am already concerned about your life choices.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, love.
That's the problem. So, you are someone that hides things because one, you don't think it should be their problem, and you are concerned for them. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. We'll figure that out. So, your friends are your friends, right? A friend is someone that you can rely on to basically help you in dire straits. You should be utilizing this, because one, they might give you a little more leniency on your fucking shithead self doing things. And then she drops a coin in the swear jar.
Oh, aye, you're allowed to swear.
I thought Mom was immune to the swear jar.
I just dropped the thing in, didn't I? Even I hold myself accountable. But back to the point, you're not changing this. You won't really truly accept them as people that you can rely on, because you can't do this whole life thing alone, you know. You're getting a kid. Are you married?
I'm about to be. The 3 separate fucking women. Oh, what am I doing with me life?
Okay, so you're one of those people. That's fine.
What do you mean one of those people, you racist? We're called elves.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who can have more than one relationship at once.
Can and are
Mormon.
willing to. Is 2 very separate things.
I hear some of the cat kindred seem to do something similar here and there. It's normal, whatever. I'm not judging about that, but you're having a child and you have 3 wives that are going to help support you. But do you actually trust any of them?
I trust them not to stab me in the back. Not
Oh,
outside
you
the
not?
back, anyway.
Are you worried that they won't be able to raise this child?
Oh, no, I'm sure they'll do absolutely fine.
Then why are you so stressed out? Why don't you want to share this with your friends? Why don't you want to rely on them to help you with your problems?
Because they're exactly that. My problems. They've got their own shite.
You're their friend. You are their problem. Thus, your problems are their problems, by extension.
I mean,
Sound
sure.
of scribbling.
Until we've, saved the world and all of that.
And then you're just gonna, what, drop off the face of the earth and never see any of them again?
Probably. Aye.
Why do you say that? What makes you think they're not gonna seek you out? They've literally saved the world with you. Why wouldn't they want to, stick around and make sure everything in your life goes well? That's a bonding experience if you're actually saving the world.
Because then the job's done. They have no reason to. There's no stakes.
But they still care about you, so they would come around. That's what friends do. You're thinking acquaintance. You're thinking they're all acquaintances where you're not going to see them after this is done, like work acquaintances. These are friends. You bleed for each other. You have each other's back. You have faced death together. They're going to come back around, and they're going to keep bothering you. These are your friends. They're inserting themselves into your life because they care.
Maybe.
Like, I'm
Or
not
maybe
gonna
once
live
this is all
forever.
said and done, we'll be done.
Like, I'm not gonna live forever, but my son is a primalist. He's gonna live a long time, and 2 of them are slayers. They're gonna live as long as you, if not longer. They're gonna be there at your deathbed.
I used to think of them like goldfish. I didn't know they'd live that long.
But now you know, so why aren't you opening up?
Easier said than done.
True, but why do you fight so hard against it?
I don't actually have an answer for that.
She vanishes for a bit and lets you like work, right?
Yeah.
And then when she comes back, she has this little like braided like band, like a bracelet. And there's a couple of things dangling from it. She's gonna like hunker down next to you and she's gonna hold it out.
Take it. What's this?
It's a stretchy braided rubber band charm bracelet. And for now it has a bunch of blank bangles. But it looks like they're all flattened, like you can basically get someone to etch something onto those bangles to remind you of shit. And she's like, every time you find yourself thinking that you're hiding something from your friends, I want you to snap this against your wrist. And then I also want you to go into town, and I want you to basically etch all the people that are important to you onto those little, dangly things. That will help. And then she holds up her arm, and under her feathers you see an old, like, worn, stretched out looking one. I've been there.
I suppose I could give it a go.
You know, the only reason I married Oswald's husband, or Oswald's father, don't you start people, I swear to God.
I'm sorry, you married who now?
Is because he was the strong, silent type, and he didn't push me too hard. But because of that, the beginning of our relationship was incredibly rocky. I was always hiding things from him, and I never talked to him about anything that was going on with me. He didn't even know my family was abusing me until, like, the day before our wedding. And then he got really angry. I've never seen my father get his ass whooped so hard.
And then he ate half my family. We had to move across the continent.
Needless to say, I still, even after seeing him protect me like that and be there for me, I really never really opened up to him until after Oswald was born.
Well, you never know. Maybe having a child will be a turning point.
Maybe. But you gotta survive long enough to, be there for it.
Well, if anyone has to die in this adventure, I hope it's me.
No, she grabs you by the hands and she holds them. Your mom died. Do you really want that to happen to your child?
I mean, he'll have 3 mothers.
But he won't have you.
Move 5 inches closer with the Giga Spoon.
I'm not sure that's all that bad of a loss. You get that spoon away from me, girl.
Holds up piece of paper. Be emotionally available, or you get the spoon.
She reaches out and she tweaks your nose. Now say 2 nice things about yourself.
I can fire an arrow within like a millimeter of me target. And I'm pretty great in the sack.
The size. Now, I will tell you one thing, a little thing that I've learned over the years. You have a better chance of surviving, she squeezes your hand, if you utilize the friends around you. And I'm going to tell you this as someone who thinks that her son would have grown up way worse if the father wasn't around. That child is going to need you, especially in the chaos of having 3 crazy women at home. I'm a woman, and I can say this. There's a lot of emotion there. They're gonna need that stoicism and that person to be there. They're gonna need the balance. You get me?
I get you.
Or do you really want to leave another one of you broken, alone, and questioning everything to basically struggle through life, barely making it?
I'm not sure your world would survive that.
What?
Never mind.
But you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Thank you. You've opened my eyes a wee bit.
Have I really? She's gonna incite you.
He's telling the truth.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He stares real hard into your eyes. I know it's probably something you don't hear a lot, but you're important and you matter. And I know that most of the group would fall apart if you actually died.
He's gonna hug her.
She's gonna hug her
Mom.
back.
I mean, you know what I mean.
I don't care if you want to use me as a mom and replacement. I'm pretty good at it.
Hey,
Plus,
Oswald is
and
a
where
good
you
father.
are. You know I know how to stab people really good? I never told Oswald this. That's why I started becoming a doctor. I don't utilize my skills a little bit.
You know, you could teach me some places to stab someone, make them bleed a bit quicker.
I can tell you the great places that make them to stab people to cause a lot of pain but not kill them.
Oh, feckin' please.
After the window. She stands back up and starts watching again.
Oh, I am on it!
We'll get back to the other group now.
My headset died only long enough to not hear what she promised him, and I don't want anyone to tell me.
Your mom's a secret badass. It's fine.
I'm aware of that.
All right, so you guys.
Here's what happened. Tell you what. Boom. Boom. Oh hell yeah!
All right, so you guys are in this Mongolian like barbecue thing, right? It is just there's like sweating like half-dressed orcs running around doing things, and like there's like 2 tables. One's filled,
We'll take the other table.
so you just sit at the other table.
Is there a
There's no one
sign that
there to
says
stop-
wait
there's
to be seated?
No, there's not. There's no one there. There's just people running around. Then there's a table that's like seeming to like just be chatting with each other, fanning themselves. In fact, the table itself is like seated into the ground. Like you have to step into it and then be seated underneath this table that's like half in the ground. There's fans set up on the table, a bowl of water, and some bread just sort of like ringing around it like a flower.
Lusan goes to their table.
What?
Lusan is going to join them for their meal, clearly. He's not gonna fucking wait.
So he's joining you guys, okay?
No. Lusan's joining those people.
So as soon as he like starts to like slink his way in all cat, like every single orc stops talking and stares to look at him.
In their heads. Greetings, friends. I am here to join you on this most banquetous meal. Gets back to the others. Banquet's a word that they use, right?
Yeah.
Wilk looks around. Wait, where's Lusan?
Lusan has been accepted into the orcish group.
Yes, he has.
What the hell is that thing? Hello, I want food. Why didn't you
He's
say
been-
so before?
He's been handed a fan, which his tail is wrapped around, and he's fanning himself. So you all sit down, you slide into your own table.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's hot. Like, it's a dry heat, but it's hot, and you guys are starting to sweat.
Dogs don't
Lusan over
sweat.
there, fanning himself.
We've gone over this. Fucking kindred sweat.
Kindred sweat.
Yeah.
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 It's like a spa. Man.
So you guys have literally in the middle of the table is a, like, red ring around what looks to be a bowl of water. What do you do?
Is it bread ring?
Obviously dump.
Yeah.
Obviously dump the water on the fire.
No.
There's no fire.
I will.
Oh.
I will slap you. I guess take a piece of bread and dip it in the. You said there's broth.
There's what looks to be water.
Yeah, I'll follow suit. This is the way, right? Dips bread.
I'm going to just let them do that and decide whether I'm making fun of them,
this-
on whether it's wrong or not.
These are thick slabs of what could only be described as a crouton, but shaped like bread. And as you guys dip it into the water, it softens up, and as you like bring it to your lips, you taste. There's just a right. It's like it's a weirdly salty sort of like salty, but also with a hint of chicken, and it tastes great. It actually like brings that bread, which was way too dry and would have just left crumbs everywhere, and it makes it pleasant. Not to mention it cools you down because it's ice cold.
Ah. This sounds good.
That's the shit.
Alright.
Give a
Gonna
little to
do
Susie.
that.
You guys hear what could only be likened to a roar of flames that suddenly like just rumbles through the building from the back room that you guys don't see, right? And then a door swings open and like a fucking 10 orcs, like chest bare and like in like just shorts, run from one side of the fucking building to the other and vanish into another room.
That was
What do you
weird.
think that's about?
Head tracks them while munching on bread.
Looks at the other table to see if anything changed.
Nope.
There. Yeah. Continues to blend
Oh,
in.
actually, as you look over, suddenly there's food there.
Lusan is eating.
They look to have what is actually an entire hog that's been barbecue basted and basically baked to perfection. As they slice into it, it's not even like a fucking sharp knife. That looks like it's just a stick, and the meat falls away.
We're getting one of those.
They have like what looks to be an entire platter next to this, like this hog is like fucking like curled around it. That is just a bunch of different sauces, and they have these chopsticks. They're just taking some meat off the pig without having to cut it, and dipping it and eating it.
Yeah, let's get one of those.
Looks around. Is there like a little disc I can flip upside down?
No.
Huh. Does anybody know how to order?
No.
I have no idea.
His friends.
Should I just ask the ones over at the other table?
Oh no, that feels awkward.
Ask Lusan to ask them.
That's a great idea.
Why would it be awkward? I'm gonna just. How far away are the orcs at the other table?
Far enough away that them talking at full volume you don't hear.
Are they farther than 120 feet away?
Feet are hard, dude. I don't know.
Okay, because I have telepathy 120 feet, so
Ah,
Oh
I'll
god.
just get up and walk towards them until it starts working.
okay.
And I'm just the nearest one. Hi, we're from the next table over. How do we order food here?
You just see like the eyes like turn towards you, and then everyone else, seeing their friend distracted, turn to look at you, and they all frown.
Wave.
Immediately, you get back, considering he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but he's like thinking in his head, "Why are you ruining this?"
Shrug. Go back to table.
It's like, and as you turn
They're
around, he's like,
listening.
"Why is he?" And then it gets cut off.
Me silently pipe into Lusan. What's going on over there? Ha ha ha! Yes, friends! The one that's all tall and black. He hits things with big hammer. Nom, 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 nom. Huh.
How'd the conversation go?
Out there, they were upset at me for ruining their meal, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, it's generally rude to interrupt people while they're eating.
Shrug.
As you guys keep grabbing pieces of bread, it never seems to run out. No one ever sees anything ever change. You take the piece of bread and you take it and it's gone there. And then you dip it and then you start munching and then your eyes wander and when you look back there's bread again.
Huh. Takes out, like, a single copper coin, puts it on table, looks away.
It's still there.
I will
Probably
discern.
costs more than that, but yeah.
I don't know, that's like a month's stay at an inn.
This is the artisan quarter. Things are expensive here.
Puts another copper there.
Lusan's now sitting next to you, hon.
Looks at Lusa, looks at the other table.
The table's empty. The boar has been completely devoured, and you see little piles of coins around. Like, all of them are different types. Like, one person left a couple of copper, it looks like. The other one has, like, literally a pile of gold. Then there's another one that has, like, a couple of gold, a couple of silver. And then there's, like, another one that's, like, it looks like there's a copper. It might be copper. You're not sure, though. It might be bronze.
The fucking hell. Looks to Lusan. How much did they pay for their food? Lusan. Oh. This place might be a little bit more expensive than we thought.
If you look back, the table is now clean.
Is anybody seeing this shit?
Oh yeah.
When orcs set their mind to something, great things happen.
Takes fucking copper up, puts down a single bronze.
Nothing happens.
I think you pay afterwards.
Maybe.
That would seem to be the case because they paid afterwards, right?
And each orc did seem to pay something different.
Aahana quite loudly goes, "I'm very sorry if this is rude, but we don't know how to order. Can we get help?"
You don't get any responses. In fact, you see a couple more orcs run by, but that's it.
Well, we can't
Is
figure it
there-
out.
Is there food at
We
our
might
table?
just have to go somewhere else.
No, I want that boar now. Oswald, this is your town. Do you maybe know anything
I
about
never
ordering?
ate anywhere other than my mom's house because she makes food very good.
It's been a solid
No.
15 minutes when another roar of flames sort of erupts from the back room. And as all your guys' attention is drawn to it, because it's big and it's actually kind of concerning to hear fire roar like that suddenly after such quiet. And there's another fucking just a parade of orcs that runs from one end of the building to the other. And after you're finally done being distracted, you smell something. And as you turn back to the center of the table, there's a boar there, curled up around a platter of sauces. And there's literally little chopsticks next to each one of you, as well as a napkin.
Looks around. I need to learn that trick. Okay, so we're just supposed to wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we eat now.
Yeah. Fenris is just gonna take a chunk of meat, start eating.
Mm-hmm.
No, Chrome, I don't want to relaunch right now. Fuck off.
But you must relaunch to give me more RAM.
No.
Give
Alright.
me your RAM. Bitch.
Reaches up, takes the stick, starts slicing.
Yeah, you just take your chopsticks and you just, tear off a piece. But it's like butter. It just literally falls apart.
Sweet.
You guys are now enjoying what is I can only describe as the most tender, juicy, and mild flavored wild hog. All of the flavor really seems to come from the sauces, which there is a complete medley of. There is nice briny sauces, there's honey sauces, there's barbecues of different kinds, there's teriyaki, there's honey mustard, there's just plain mayo and ketchup. There's literally everything.
Nope. Luson, fuck off. You had yours. Ah.
I'm just really surprised they were able to, get rid of all the gaminess.
Yeah, so am I. That's... Huh.
Out of curiosity, Oswald goes to take one of the bones out of it. Is there even any bones in it?
There's bones in it, and it literally slides off like it wasn't attached to anything.
And
It's
having
supposed
cooked,
to be we say what we want. I would like some bread to make sandwiches out of the boar. Is that possible? She's looking around. I don't
there's
understand how
bread
this
there.
place works.
I don't either.
Not sopping wet bread that I have to dump into water.
Nothing seems to change.
I think we just pay for the experience of eating a whole ass, very good boar.
I just gently start putting pressure on the bone, and I imagine just immediately just crumbles apart.
Well, yeah, with a wet sort of crack, it just sort of snaps in half without much pressure, and it's chewy enough to be fucking eaten by a non-kindred.
Mm-hmm. I've pressure cooked pork before and accidentally bitten into the bone.
Yeah.
I guess just continue eating.
Yep.
So at the end, once you guys have filled your bellies, what do you leave?
Let me check my money pouch. It's been a while since I've looked at that.
Do y'all think 10 copper per person would be good?
I think it's...
I mean, I don't think it's that expensive.
It seems like a pay what you think it was worth?
I'm glad you picked up on that. I was really worried.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Fenris hit on that real good. Good job.
I'm gonna
I
put
can
down
think
5
sometimes.
copper.
I mean,
Yeah, she
Aahana
broke
just
down.
kind of picked at it because she's very confused by this place and doesn't really enjoy it.
You would pay whatever you thought it was worth, kind of like that person that paid a couple of silver.
Fenris is gonna put down 8 copper. Shit's good, man.
You see, there's already another like group at that fucking other table that basically piled in when you guys were engrossed in whatever you were doing. Aside from maybe Aahana, who is paying more attention. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Best boar I've ever had.
Aahana just puts down a copper.
4 out
Yeah,
of 5
it's
stars
alright.
on Yelp. I'll flick him a single bronze piece.
Altogether, you guys spent about an hour there.
Why'd you
Nice.
put a bronze? Okay. And
Oh, yeah.
let's
Cover everything involved, and generally I enjoy it. I'm full. I don't even think I need to eat again today.
I'm sure we will later.
That's a
Alright.
fancy place, right? There's a whole
As
lot
you guys were like digging in
Yeah.
your bag, since you guys didn't eat everything. Basically, like the boar is now completely carved out, and there are little bags now, just filled with the remnants of this boar that you can take with you.
Oh. Fenris is grabbing whatever bags aren't grabbed by the end of it. He's grabbing one for sure, but
Even little complimentary cups inside with paper cups of like various sauces. There's like, so basically these bags are like the size of like a decent sized like grabby bag, and then there's like a single sauce in there, and there's different. It's just like that, you know.
The place was so hot in there it even warmed up Rolax milk. Takes that pill bug, starts feeding.
that was good. I guess let's
Yeah.
go do something else in the town.
also, Shay, I hope you're aware that, like, Fenris would have been taking care of his fucking little turtle guy. I
hope
just never
You
mention
are.
it.
I just maybe mention it so I can make sure that I keep it like.
Okay, because every time it's meant, like, pets are mentioned, it's like, oh yeah, that.
Just say me too, so I know. Otherwise, I was about to start detracting from you, but I'll take your word for it just in the future.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. I will,
Didn't you have like
Yeah.
a little like sling made for him, so he's kind of just always there now?
pretty much, yeah.
I completely forgot about him during the fight. That poor thing. He's starting to get to the point, though, Fenris, at this point of time, that he's now kind of like it's kind of harder to get him in the sling. He's getting bigger,
So I have to start wearing him as a backpack.
potentially.
Teenage
That's
Mutant Ninja Fenris. Turtle has a flamethrower. Turtle power.
I guess we could try
I will
walking
buy-
around the artisan district and see what else they offer. Not in like food, but I mean in just general.
We
Yeah,
get
they,
a
they offer pretty much anything.
we get a paper for the what you call theater schedule, maybe tonight. I'm gonna stop by. I forgot on the way out to send some mail out. I'll catch up with a lot of you if that's okay. And I might also inform Aelin about any plans if I see him.
Is there anyone that we've accidentally caused a huge burden on that we need to send a letter to that we forgot about?
Not yet.
Aahana
We didn't-
looking around for wild animals.
We didn't send like a bunch of random things to Aelin's sister again.
Or actually, I should send a missive to the Slayers and Wolf about Sledge.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
I'll go do that.
Alright.
So,
What's the giant building in the middle of this circle, Oswald? Do you happen to know?
That's the theater.
That's the theater? I thought something else was the theater.
Nope, is that?
this seems to
not like-
be. Sorry, go ahead.
It's not like the Dwarven Theater, is it?
No, it's the actual theater.
Fenris is
Like
kind
play
of
on a
disappointed by that.
stage. What?
What?
Why are you so upset? It's Orcish theater. It's the best theater.
Actually, I haven't seen Orcish Theater. Alright. It's worth a try. Let's go. at some point.
Lucian, you stick with them.
This
Yeah.
appears to be some sort of pet shop.
Ooh, pet shop.
Oh god,
We don't need
Hey,
more.
what?
You don't even want to go in there and look, Oswald?
that was not Oswald. That was Dan.
Yeah.
Chap. Oh yeah, I've been in there before. I wonder if I'm allowed back in.
So that, Oswald, since you've been there, you would know that that is a sort of like the crop, like, pet breeders. They breed specific things into, like, so, like, if you wanted, like, a fucking racing beast of some sort, they could basically breed you a really good one. They also are known for basically selling exotic species that they basically they get from various areas that they just enjoy. They have a mini
Wonder-
zoo, which is why you always came in.
Yeah, I was gonna
And-
say, you know that meme where the guy's like, pet store? Nah, man, free petting zoo. That's what Oswald would do, to the point where I think after like 8 years straight of going in there and never buying anything, he was banned.
Oh, you didn't get banned. They're fine with it so long as you didn't cause a problem with the animals. And then,
wonder if
of
they
course,
have
there's also
tags.
services to get your animals cared for, groomed / veterinary assistance. Sorry, what's up?
Oh. He said, I wonder if they have
Fenris-
tags.
Oh, I don't know.
They might. They
Fe-
specialize in
Fenris
getting
is-
exotic animals.
Fenris is meandering towards it.
I do have
I'll
an
send you
empty
letters.
2A container.
Oh, fuck me. Now I
The-
need to get a little name tag for him.
This is close. I'll stop
Okay,
here and
yeah.
then I'll send the letters.
Agreed.
Running in.
I'll let them go first.
Jesus fucking god, okay.
you took the animal nerd to a petting zoo. He's going
So-
the fuck in there.
From the last time, Oswald, you now have to pay to see the actual, like, zoo part of the area. There's actually, they've built a wall. And now there's a front counter where you have to figure out what you want, and there's a very bored-looking orc woman sitting there staring at you.
I'm assuming there's
Let
a sign
me
there
in.
saying the Oswald
Let
policy.
me
You must
in.
pay
No.
before.
But there's a sign behind her that lists, like, so basically it's like zoo costs, basically, if you just want to look around, like basic care costs, doctoring prices, and then there's, of course, like what kind, like if you're looking for like an animal that's a fighting animal, like a pet that actually will fight in combat with you, the prices are about for what that is, and then there's the prices for about like riding animals, including flying ones. It has a list of basically they seem to have everything here from all of the different species. If you wanted to buy them, it's just the prices are much higher. Like the shooting stars from like the dwarf city, you guys remember what those were priced, but here it's like twice as much because it's an export. Not to mention they raised it here, not there.
So how much does it cost to go to the petting zoo?
It's 2 silver.
He immediately slaps down 2 silver.
She takes the silver, takes your hand, puts a stamp on the back of it, and then like gestures to the door.
Gone. Forgot what he was gonna ask about in there. He's just off petting animals.
All right, the rest of you.
Fenris is gonna set his turtle down and go, "Can we get this guy a checkup?"
She looks at it and she like rubs her chin. She's like, ah, it's one of those dragon turtles. All right, it's a young one.
Yeah.
What are you looking for specifically? Just a
Picture.
roundabout checkup? Does he need his shots? Is there a problem?
I didn't get shot history.
She looks at you, and you can just see the judgment behind her eyes. So an overall checkup
Yes.
and potential shots. All right.
Yes.
That's probably going to cost you a couple,
That's
maybe,
fine.
maybe a copper for a comprehensive.
All right.
The
Put down.
doctor is currently busy, but if you're willing to wait for an hour, they can see you today.
How far is it to the post office? Because
It's back near Mom's house.
So more than an hour.
Yeah.
Less than an hour.
Well, it would take the entire time. It would take an hour to get there. You'd be pushing it basically.
That's okay. I can run. All right. Yeah. Can I get you to do a full comprehensive and watch him while I go?
Oh no, you need
No
to be there, sir.
Okay.
How else will you learn?
Touche. All right.
So what's your name? And now she starts basically entering you into her system. You now
Fenris.
have a fucking cover. Like, what's the name of the turtle? Everything.
Oh shit! He named it after the turtle from
Caldera.
the movie. Caldera, thank you.
Alright,
I
and then
was
she
like,
just...
I remember he named it. I know what he named it after. I don't remember the name.
So she tells you the time of your appointment, and which is going to be in exactly an hour.
All right.
Yada, yada.
Okay.
Well, you better start running.
Yep. And he's just going to start running.
Alright.
A question for the group as he starts running. Was it... I know... Is it Fenris that knows Abyssal, or do other people also know it?
Aahana.
Aahana
I
does
think
as well.
Fenris
Okay.
also knows Abyssal.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know you do.
The irony of her knowing Celestial and Abyssal. Because she took Abyssal as a, basically like a college credit.
Go run for Dad.
Oh yeah, right.
Aahana, you're up.
She's gonna get up. She's gonna get up to the counter, and she's gonna turn to the side and like. She doesn't have to because it's waxed in precision, but she like tries to pull back her hair as best she can and kind of divots down her ear, and it's like, so this little one was just born, I believe, 2 days ago.
You watch the girl's eyes light up and like sparkle. It's like, oh, the Gardoon, one of those shooting stars, right? Are you here to get it registered and get it checked out?
Yes, I would like to make sure everything's okay with it. And I guess, well, it's obviously too small right now for this, but maybe get something like a collar. Or I hope you understand what I mean. Something to, like, show it's not just a random spider once it gets big enough.
She nods. You do know that they grow up quite quickly, right?
Yes.
All
Which
right.
is why I want to get it now instead of waiting.
Oh, we have more than enough like supply for things like that. All right. She's like, she starts writing things down. She asks for your name, the spider's name, and then tells you that your appointment could be in 2 hours unless you want it to be on a different day.
I'll come back in 2 hours.
She nods and gets you all set up for that. It's also going to cost you about a copper piece.
Yes, she hands over the copper.
Nice.
Where is post office?
Let me get over there. It would be, I believe, this one.
Okay, thank you.
Yee.
Hey, Aahana.
Yes.
Right around the time you finish talking to her about your spider, you feel a poke from something. You look down, the 3 Eldronga are just there, and the keeper is like trying to talk to you in very basic Abyssal, pointing, like, they're below the counter, so this person can't see them yet. Points in their general direction. Animal doctor.
Oh. Back in Abyssal, she goes, let me ask for real quick.
We weird people know about us. Dad ran away.
She turns back to the lady and goes, how much do you guys know about Eldronga?
What's an Eldronga?
Still
You
Abyssal
guys-
grumbling. No one know, we not from here.
You guys wouldn't freak out if like, some weird animals were around, right?
Freak out in a good way? Yeah.
Okay, in a good way. You guys want to come up on the counter? She says in Abyssal.
See the orc woman now
puts
like
out her
leaning over the
hands.
counter trying to look.
To help pick them up and put them on the counter.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
adorable! They're like some weird like hybrid between insect and reptile?
The gatherer uncloaks already on top of the counter. Waves.
That's adorable. Are they yours?
They're my friend who just ran into the zoo.
You watch as her eyes narrow. You'll have to bring him here.
Yes, I know. I was wondering though if you guys could do anything for them.
She
then I
studies
can
them
go
and she's
grab
like,
him.
We don't know anything about those, what you call Eldronga, but we could at least start. I mean, they still look animal enough that we could baseline make sure they're okay, but anything further like shots, I wouldn't suggest.
Yeah, shots probably wouldn't be the best idea.
The winged one
in
looks at
Abyssal, she
you.
goes, is there anything you guys specifically want?
The winged one looks at you, holds up like I gotta look at its actual picture to remember exactly what it has. Holds up a wing, or holds up the little like claw thing at its bottom and says, I get red, Dad. Flies into the petting zoo, starts dragging Oswald back.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, they're a bit...
Intelligent,
Focus.
I see.
Yes. They're intelligent, and
Oh,
they
sorry, I
will
forgot. I
get
got
done
too
what they need to
excited.
get done.
Hi. Sorry about that.
She spots the white Gardoon that's kind of like on the side of your face because it's bigger. And she's like, oh, you have a Gardoon as well.
Yep.
Are they registered and have their shots?
No, I forgot about that. We got it straight from the, this is Seba, got it straight from the breeder, but, they didn't give us any sort of history.
Well, I mean, how long have you had it?
How long have I had it?
How long have you had it?
Since we left the Dwarven City. I don't remember how long that is.
Yeah, and around that time they grow to that size, which means you probably got it when it's freshly hatched. Which means
okay.
probably no shots, but it looks like it's the right size for that. So you don't know its birth date or anything? She looks
I
like
do
a
not know
little,
its birth
like,
date.
concerned.
Well, I wasn't the one that picked it up. Wilk was, and then he brought it to me.
I can
lean
help
head
a
out.
little bit on a birthday.
Is Wilk in here? Yeah, I was gonna say if he's
Yeah.
not, I was gonna lean head out. Yeah, Wilk.
He's doing like math in his head. So I think I gave it to you around 2 weeks ago, but I know that is at least 3 months on top of that due to some adventuring that we dealt with in the deep roads, and it was.
It should be bigger then! What's wrong with... She's like, she starts writing things down. What's your name, sir?
It was cared for by the breeder at the time. I think it was.
My name's Oswald Kraigdeep.
She starts typing vigorously. What's the name of your child?
Seba, S-E-B-A.
And all three of your other children?
Oh, this is Ib, Ka, and Ba.
She's like writing down. In 3 hours, you need to be here. I'm going to alert the guards.
Okay.
She stares at you. We take our animals seriously here, sir.
I remember them saying something about, well, first of all, Seba's albino, so that's rare enough.
Well, I can tell. She's like,
Yeah,
she's gesturing
probably
at it.
something
That should
strange
be
about
at least 2 times bigger.
Huh. I've been feeding it.
They
taking care of
double
it.
in size every week.
How? Huh.
No, you're not gonna be able to sleep in my ear for very much longer.
Is holding Seba, looking in the face. Why aren't you growing? Slightly.
You watch as
gently
it
tap on
squirms.
face. Are you okay?
I can't say anything to you. It's just squirming.
I don't think telepathy would work because it needs to know a language.
Yeah, it's just an animal.
God, I wish I was Garen right now.
All right, and then she's basically, are you gonna just sit there? Or are you gonna like go somewhere else? Because they have a waiting room. It's cushy. They got magazines.
Oh yeah, we needed to check. You guys wouldn't happen to have any dags for sale, would you?
She gestures up to the list, and there is indeed dags.
How much are they?
Excuse me. Well, it depends. What age are you looking for? Egg, baby, fully trained adult. What?
We'll start with fully trained adult. How much are those?
What's a dag again?
The little dragon corgis that are bags of holding.
Ah,
That'd be convenient.
10 bronze.
Oh,
Oh goodness.
how much are the
Party
A?
funds?
I mean, we also each have a 10 coin.
Because that would be 100 copper, right? Or 1,000 copper?
That'd be 1,000 copper.
Okay, I was right then. Especially for, it's fully trained. Meaning, it what comes with the price is, upon combat, it will, invisible itself and hide.
Do you have change?
Yes?
Can you break a tin?
It just winks at
Do
you. There are
you
no
have
such thing as
change?
10 coins.
All right. We'll have to go to an actual bank. What we got here? I
Yeah.
give her 10 bronze.
Oh, what color are you looking for? Male or female?
Is there a There's a difference in temperament, right?
Not really.
Oh. Probably shouldn't
Also,
get... Oh,
They
go ahead.
tend to attach themselves to the person they like the most, which usually is the one that they interact with the most. So I would make sure that you have the person that's going to be the main care provider for this creature being the one that picks it up the first time.
Okay, well, I know... You both know I want to, but is that the optimal choice?
The fact that it would be a optimal both companion and, well, very unique ability to store all of our goods is very important in my
I mean,
eyes.
if you pay another 5 copper, we can train him over the course of a week to basically accept everyone if you have multiple people.
How difficult would it be for someone that, is not trained in doing it to get them to accept others?
Have you ever tried to grab a mole when it really wants to get away?
Never been successful.
Yeah.
One time. Worked one time.
I mean, you could potentially force it, but he'd probably not like you then. This is an animal. We don't suggest it.
Okay, well, I say it's worth it, so when we drop these 10 off at the bank, I'll just pay you back, Wilk.
Sounds good.
So you're gonna pay the 15?
Oh, so we do want that. You know what?
Wait,
Fuck
wait a
it.
second.
We'll make it worth it. Everything. I'll throw in the extra. You said 5 copper on top of it
Yeah,
for the training. Okay. Well,
for the extra training.
5 copper added in for training and the 10 bronze.
She accepts it and says, so again, color, male or female, and name.
Make it.
Probably just not a black one, because your drakes might get a little uppity, I don't know.
Iris might get upset. Yeah. Make it blue. And name.
Well, it needs to be male or female. Are we doing
Male.
male or female?
Name
Right.
it Zur. Z-U-R-E.
Zur.
Yeah. Sir
All
Zur.
He types it. She types. All right, I need the name for all the caregivers,
Oswald Kraigdeep.
and then Aahana, I'm guessing.
Aahana Kim.
Wilk.
Wilk Deep River. Then there's going to be Fenris, Silverfang, and Aelin Swiftblade.
So 5 people. All right.
Wait, should we?
He
use
should be
his-
ready to be picked up. Zur should be ready to be picked up in about a week.
Okay.
Thumbs
Should we give them his other name or no?
No.
Okay.
Also, I'm next in line once everything's done.
Yeah, I've been waiting for them to let you have a chance, but they haven't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is Wilk waiting patiently in the back?
Oh, okay then. Real quick before I put it down for 3, I need a grooming for Lusan. Lusan pokes head up over counter.
What a cute little vine critter!
Yeah, he's a good guy.
His name's Lusan. I'm guessing you're the Wilk.
Yeah.
Deep River.
Correct.
He
Lusan
opens up your file and then starts adding Lusan.
Lusan pipes up into her head. And handsome.
Oh, you're a smart one too, aren't you?
This cradling gets about 2 full bottles of goat's milk a day right now, but this is Rolak. He's a rolling beetle from the deep roads.
You know, we don't have any of those, but I've heard of them.
He's and I can write down what I know about them. I learned a bit. He's fresh hatched, 2 days. Needs shots and all that.
He should double in size every month, actually, too. Not the fastest as, the Gardoons, but those things never stop growing, so.
Well, they turn into giant homes.
Exactly.
And
I gotta deal with real life animal problem.
I'd like to purchase any, for the road of course, dried milk. I can mix him with water to feed him on the roads.
Ah, some formula, got it.
And looks up on head. Susie, do you need shots? Are you good?
Susie's just staring at you with this, shocked and hurt look. I'm not even real.
Of course you're real. Like, look, pokes.
We both know that this is not a form that can take any sort of benefit from that.
I mean, it'd be neat if it was. But hey,
No.
I figured I'd ask. Do you want a grooming?
She just shakes her head.
Okay. Yeah, put me down for 2.
Is Luson fully vetted up?
Stops for a minute. He gets his spa days in, if that's what you mean. I don't think he's ever asked or felt bad about anything in regard, so... I'll give her, like, the full history of he's just been with us and been treated as a person ever since.
So you've never had a checkup or anything?
Only a few times, and... just see Fenris slowly coming onto my screen. Only a few times. So we also get our own personal checkups whenever we're mostly injured, is the thing. So he gets checked
He's
up
a
with
plant.
us.
He still needs to be taken care of.
Luson's like, yes, father, of course. How dare you?
And also, can I interest you in any enhancements for your Vine Beast?
Such as?
Well, we have shots that can basically grant him some basic immunities or resistances. And if you really want it, we have some decent elves that work in the back with us. They can basically attach extra things to him.
Well, me and him have thought about integrating some things into
Has
his
he ever
mind.
wanted to fly?
Yeah. How much would... Stop screaming at me. Looks down at Cat staring up at me. Sure. How would we make him fly?
Well, if we take him for about a week, we can have the elves basically alter his form slightly.
Well, he's never wanted to be a Valkyrie, so that's probably the best bet.
What?
Flexes single wing. Long story.
So he doesn't want to change.
He does want to change, but he doesn't want to change the same way I did. That sounds more fitting, considering it sounds like it's grown.
Yeah, it's grown.
Looks down. Looks up. Looks down again. Looks back up. Opens his mouth. Stops. You see a look of just in his eyes. Right. Price range?
It depends. That's something we talk about later, whenever he's having his checkup.
Well, it would be a week. Well, you understand Slayers. We live close enough. You know that he's actually a part of me, so I am trusting that much.
Oh, so he's not an actual beast?
He's a part of me as a Slayer, yes.
No, he's bonded to you.
Yes.
Well, that speeds things up quite a bit.
Alright.
So long as you stick around with him, could it be done about a day, maybe? I don't know. Really depends on how well he takes to it.
Sounds good. I don't think he's ever,
Look, we can talk more about this when it's your turn.
It is my turn,
Promise.
I thought.
No, we're just setting you up for an appointment.
Oh, he's yelling at you. I got it. Sorry, he doesn't always do it to all of us. At least as all of us out of the loop. No, I'm not insulting you. Right, yeah. Yeah, we'll put that all up. It'll be a whole thing. Thumbs up.
So
And
your appointment's going to be in 3 hours? Right? Or is it 4? 4, because Oswald's in 3.
Alright, and I'll come back for Rolak's appointment at that same time. Or is he now?
That'll be the same time.
Sounds good. I'll be back in 4 hours for that.
Can I interest in you in any other animals or creatures?
No, since I'll probably be taking a lot of care of that dag. I've kind of been the person that buys all the treats for the mounts kind of person.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like them.
Your mounts are in town. We can probably do a checkup on them too.
I'll remember that next time we bring them in. We flew over for a quick trip.
Oh. Okay. I'll see you in 4 hours.
Sounds good. Walks out. Fenris has the knowing feeling that something horrible has occurred with money.
What's just happened?
What?
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 What's just happened?
Nothing.
What did you do?
flies off.
So Fenris, where did you send the letter to? What is the middle? What is the letter?
The letter is robotically formal to the Slayer's Enclave, informing everyone of Sledge's passing and what he knows of it.
All right, that would only cost you a gold.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing inside? Since Wilk flew off.
Hana's just gonna go sit in the waiting room.
Petting zoo.
Oh, so you're back in the petting zoo, all right?
Mhm.
Fenris, you see Aahana sitting in the waiting room.
And her tail leading all the way out.
What did Wilk do?
They got appointments set up for their animals.
Oh yeah, that's pretty standard. What else?
I mean, he paid for a gar that Oswald wanted.
Dag.
Oh, what? Oh.
Dag, sorry.
Oh. Yeah, like I suggested we do. Alright. Well, how much was it?
I think it was like 10 bronze.
10 bronze?
Yeah.
Fenris is going to pull out a copper wire and just point in the general direction of Wilk. 10 bronze?
All you get back is at 5 copper.
You feel a gentle bapping on your foot.
Look down.
You see the gatherer, the one that likes to eat a lot, and he says in Abyssal, "Why upset? Why yell? Nice place, no yell."
In Abyssal. More just astonishment.
What reason?
Just amazed at how much it cost. It's not my money, not my problem.
They wanted it fully trained.
Oh, well, I suppose that. 10 bronze?
I mean, I would have taken an egg and see how well we could do it ourselves, but she's
I'm
still
not sure
talking in
that's-
Abyssal. It's like, that's just what they chose to do.
I'm not sure that's. I don't know if we're qualified for that, but their pricing is their pricing, I suppose. Oh well. Fenris points again towards Wilk's direction. Not my money, not my problem.
In my defense, not a bad price in hindsight if you consider it 1,000 D&D traditional gold.
Not my money, not my problem.
Zips across the map. Just in time to see Aelin thrown out of the window he just fixed.
Wow.
Gets arrested for flying without a permit.
Fenris is just kind of chilling with the turtle, seeing if it understands any languages he speaks.
Ever so often it makes turtle noises. But otherwise it's just looking around.
Define turtle noises.
I mean, Google's your friend. Anyway, eventually a door does open that's not the zoo door, and a very tired looking, like, tall and thin, what can only be described as an older looking rabbit elf pokes his head through. Fenris?
Yeah, that's me.
This way, sir.
Just gonna follow in.
He leads you into the back, into this like white, stark white hallway, and then into a room at the end of the hallway. And basically takes a seat on a chair, and you basically are directed to put the turtle on a table.
Set turtle down. Pat, pat.
Alright, so give me a rundown of why you're here today.
I need an all-around checkup, and I need to know if I need to get this guy shots.
Oh, okay. He walks over and he starts going through a checkup of this turtle. The turtle hates it. That said, this guy is really good at keeping his fingers intact, so somehow, after about a half an hour of poking and prodding, and basically taking samples, basically he gets his blood drawn.
Yeah.
And, you know, the whole, like, checking of, like, certain areas and shit.
Yeah.
At the end, Turtle is just, like, on his back screaming. In just absolute fury. And the doctor looks at you, he's like, he's okay. Bit small, on the smaller side for his breed at this age. I would
Okay.
suggest doubling his intake of food.
Double his food. Okay.
And if he doesn't start, I would suggest doubling in size once a month, then you should need to come back and see me.
Flip him back now?
I would let him calm down first.
Okay.
And plus, if you get anywhere near him, he'll probably take off a finger.
Okay. That does sound unpleasant.
As it stands at the moment, he can get his disease shot, and he'll need another one when he becomes a full year old.
Alright.
You think you can handle that?
Yeah, so...
It's basically a booster, which will cement it in place.
Yeah, just, I need an approximate timeline. I got him from a stall, and I didn't really get a lot of information on him.
That's too bad. He looks
Yeah.
to be about 4 months old.
Okay, so... about 8 months.
The blood will tell us for sure, but I'm usually not wrong when it comes to this.
Okay.
So in about 6 months, you'll want to stop by and get his booster. When the booster is finally done, this little dude should be resistant to most diseases you come across.
Alright. So, double food intake, 6 months.
Do you know
Add
if
a
this
guess.
is the breed that's going to be for, you know, working with crafting, or is he going to be a mount?
I believe it was said that he was going to be a mount. This is
Oh.
above game.
Well then, he's actually the right size. He's the coloration of the other one, so that's why I was thrown off.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird, it's a unique pet there. Good! He's eating well, you said?
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
voraciously, so...
And with that, he's probably only 2 months old.
Okay. And, what else can you tell me that I probably wasn't told?
It is a
about
boy.
these guys? Okay.
I don't know if you were hoping for the other, but it's definitely a boy.
I was kind of just going off of assumption. I didn't have a preference either way. It was just...
Most dragon turtles, if they are of the mount variety, are of a little more attuned to magma than fire.
Okay.
But this one's a fire one, so that's why I was thrown off.
Huh. Okay.
So he won't be. Well, I mean that's just the coloration. Maybe he. We'll see when he gets bigger if he'll be immune to lava or not. We'll see.
Alright.
Throws him in a volcano. Well, guess it's not.
That said, this little guy will be full grown when he becomes a year, and by then you should be able to use him as a mount. He'll only get about twice that size before he's done growing, which would take another year. Is there any other
Okay.
questions?
Are they... How... As I'm sure gestures to self. We travel a lot. How, able to take care of himself once he gets larger, of course. Will he be?
I don't think anything that... Maybe dragons will be able to do anything to him, but anything else I don't think is going to be able to do shit to him once he's at least a year old.
Believe it or not, I hadn't planned on fighting dragons with him.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
Hmm.
He's also more of a sprinter than a long-term runner, so keep that in mind. But he is a pack animal, so he'll be able to carry a lot more.
Right.
In fact, he's probably really good for like pulling carts if you wanted to. I don't know how many people you have with you in your company.
We have 5. We have a lot of people.
He should be able to basically pull and carry about 5 times his weight.
And he's gonna be massive, so that's a lot of weight.
When he's after 2 years, definitely. At the first year, considering how big you are, I mean, he could carry you, but he's not going to be able to carry much more at that point. Because he'll probably be about the size of a horse. But he should double that size by the 2nd year.
Okay. All right. And should I still progress with doubling his food intake and?
Oh yeah, totally. He's
Gotcha.
definitely getting enough, but if you want him to get bigger faster and just to stay healthy, it's probably a good thing. Plus, fish, as great as they are, things that eat fish usually have to eat a lot more than you think.
So, do you have some kind of food source that's better, more nutritious for him?
Well, he's a pescatarian, so he only eats fish.
Okay.
Seafood is best.
Okay.
And that even includes things you find in lava. I know most people don't like to label them as fish, but those are fish.
I mean, swim in a liquid, so
Mhm.
sounds like fish to me. All right. I'm trying to think. I'm coming up blank on any other questions I may have.
Well, if that's the case, we'll get him his first shot and you can take him home.
Alrighty.
The man, like, kind of ducks his head to you and walks out. And after about 10 minutes, like, a woman, a female orc, comes in with, like, a shot and is like, she's looking at the creature, which is still on his back, screaming. He's like, ah.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, she puts her elbow on, like, the belly of his shell and just, like, grabs him by his leg, and then it's over. And he's still screaming. And she's like, you'll leave him alone till he's good. I mean, maybe some food might calm him down a bit.
Okay.
And then she leaves. Huh?
Okay. He was going to ask if he should give one of his favorite foods, or if that would just encourage the behavior.
That's up to you.
He's not gonna give him one of the favorites then. He doesn't want the thing to be yelling all the fucking time.
Upon smelling the food, you see it calm down a little bit, but it looks upset.
He's going to set the food down just a little outside of reach, and then flip him over quickly, and then try and pull back his fingers.
He does snap at you a little bit, but then he eats the food, and then you watch as he, like, crawls over to a corner and, like, tries to hide in it.
Fenris is just gonna be there, like, ready to pull a hand back, but just pat.
As you pat, he calms down more, and then he's now, like, in your lap.
Alright.
Imagining in the alternate universe where he did encourage the behavior, 3 sessions later we're all sleeping in the woods and it's like... I gotta feed him.
I'm guessing there was screaming that we couldn't hear in the background.
Alright, so you finally leave, and then as you're leaving, you're seeing Aahana walking back. Is it Aahana? Yeah, it's Aahana next. Walking past you, with, like, following the same doctor you just saw.
Fenris gives a thumbs up to the doctor and slips him a copper.
He happily takes it. The man looks like he doesn't get enough fucking, like rest. Alright, so as you're led back into the... what seems to be the same room, because it kind of smells slightly like turtle and Fenris at the same time.
It smells like turtle and
He has you sit down, and then as he sits down as well, he looks at you. So why are you here?
Oh, she leans forward and turns her head and, like, pulls down her ear for the spider.
Oh, it's a Gardoon, okay.
Gardoon spider, I mean.
Looks like freshly born.
Yes, it's only 2 days old.
Alright. So, I can't do much for it right now. It's way too tiny. But from what I can see, and he, like, gets really close. Like, now like you can feel his breath on your ear. He's like, it looks like it was born. It looks okay. All of the limbs seem to be working properly. It's not twitching. It's watching me, so it's not blind. It looks okay. It's hard to tell when they're this young. It's very small. That said, did they tell you how quickly they grew?
They said they grow quite fast. Like, it'll be, like, double this size in, like, a week and just keep on going until it's fully grown.
Yeah, it should be fully grown in a year. And then that's when it stops growing for the most part.
Alrighty, sweet. I know about how big it'll get because I've seen fully grown ones, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're good mounts. All-terrain sort of things. Definitely pretty harmless, though. And as well as they're good at getting away, they don't really defend themselves so much as run. So I would keep that in mind.
Yes, that's what I prefer, though.
That said, in about a year, you should come back for some generalized, disease shots, as well as a full-on checkup. If you come sooner, if you notice anything wrong. But from what I could tell, he looks to be in good health. I could check to see if it's a male or female if you want.
I really don't care either way, but I guess I might learn just to be prepared for anything.
I mean, sure. So with that, you feel him brush his fingertip over your ear, and then he has the web himself. It's no longer attached to you.
Oh.
You watch as he sort of folds it back, and the spider is now just full defensive position, fucking squat. He turns it over, and then he studies it for a bit. Flip me a dice. Roll me a d2.
No, there it is.
Looks like you have yourself a little girl.
Well, that's nice.
Much calmer in temperament. That being said, though, they're probably a little more skittish as well, so be careful about that. That said, though, they are the bigger of the species.
That'll be nice. I don't know
So
if I'll ever use it as an actual mount, but
Why did you get it, then?
I just wanted to have one around whenever I'm adventuring.
Alright. I mean,
And
I
it's
can't
probably
tell you
not
what to do.
smart to try and get a small little animal because it might get killed very easily. I'm hoping our Gardoon spider would be much quicker and better at staying alive.
As long as the things can't fly, it should have no trouble getting away from stuff. And even then, it can probably web anything that's becoming too much of a problem.
Good.
But they always run before any sort of things like that. They have no defensive mechanisms aside from the webbing, so...
Well, it has me.
That said, too, because it's a female, it will also produce twice the amount of silk, so be forewarned of that. That's gonna be everywhere.
I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that, I guess. Maybe I'll get a loom.
And with that, he smiles. Is there anything else?
No,
Any
that should
questions?
be everything. Right. What should I keep an eye out for so then I know something's going wrong?
Alright, so about once a month it's gonna shed, which is usually when it just gets huge. But during that time it gets irritable, and you're gonna notice it because its eyes are gonna get milky. But after they shed, they're gonna need some time to harden up again. They're very vulnerable to that time. It's also very easy for them to get twisted up or a leg stuck. If you see any deformities after a shed, or if the shed gets stuck, for the most part, it should be able to handle it itself, but if after a week it still has the problem, you should peel it yourself so long as the leg doesn't look damaged or twisted up in any way.
Now, I know what helps me with shedding is usually nice wormish water to kind of soak it in for a while. Would that not be recommended though?
Misting is fine, and also rough things to rub against, but no full-on water. You could accidentally drown the poor thing.
So
Especially considering during that time it's hard
basically
to move.
turn the water on and steam the area and help it out outside of the water.
Yes.
Okay, I can
Especially
do that.
when during that times you're not going to want to do a lot of traveling. You're going to want to wait till he's ready to go. She's ready to go before you do anything else. So be aware of that. Most stable hands, I'm sure, can handle such things if you give them the proper knowledge if you're in the middle of doing something and need to leave it somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good.
She's gonna put out her hand.
Yeah, she gives it back.
She just puts her back on her hair.
All right. If there's nothing else, I'll see you back in a year.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yeah. And with that, he'll show you out, and then as you're like back into the waiting room, he's gonna look around. Oswald? Oswald,
Oswald's
did you
come
make
back
it back?
in by this.
Okay.
Oswald has come back in by this time. If not by his own volition, he's been dragged back in by Ka.
We'll get to you in a minute. I have to figure out what the fuck Raph's doing.
And Aelin
Well-
at this point.
Wilk, no, Aelin's been fucking busy.
Oh god. Alright.
He's building a window.
Fucking.
I went to basically the post office.
All right, what are you doing at the post office?
I got 2 letters to fill out. How good's your mail service in terms of time and all that?
You see, they have a thing of pseudo dragons, what looks to be some Susie things that are a little bit bigger with like longer tails and shit, as well as what can only be described as little moles, bug things.
I need a pseudo dragon for this letter. I'll have a letter to Kit, basically, informing her of the past events and that we're doing well from them and not to worry too much, but that is the drama that has occurred. Including a run-in with, like, a run-in with Silas and Fritton and that whole thing. Might explain why I was late on the call. And, as well as more detailed information that Silas being the one I wanted to learn about anti-magic. But now that we've also learned that he's a fucking changeling. And for any input on that if she has anything.
All right.
And the other one, I looked to the armadillo thing, I'm like, I don't... Do you need a proper address for a nomadic people, would you say? Look into the note, post person.
You see the man rub his chin. Do you have their full name
Yeah,
and race?
yeah.
Do you have anything that they had that would make it easier?
Yeah.
But what do you have?
Alright, so this letter is going to be going to Miriam and Bosco Deep River of the Deep Dwarves. And I pull out the roller beetle fucking God word. I kept trying to say stable in my head, but saddle. And the cloak was originally... No, wait, not the cloak. Take out some of the paperwork. House sigil was theirs as well. Probably has more of theirs sent at this point since I keep it sealed away.
So he pulls out a fucking mole person upon hearing deep dwarf, and then basically gives the mole person the little like seal. The mole like sniffs, licks, nibbles on it, and then gives it back. And then he turns around, and on his back you see this like fucking metal sort of like turtle shell that has like a little like latch you can open to basically put a mail in there.
Cool. I'll put in a letter asking them how they've been doing and informing them that we have by being as careful to not break this death seal as possible, where we're at, that we're looking for a soul crystal far underneath the city, or at least one matching that description, and how they're doing and how I've been doing.
Okay.
And hopefully they can get into contact at some point later. They can, of course, send a letter back, I'm sure, with this little guy. But where the city's at, so if they want to trade, too. Orcs are pretty cool.
Alright. So the letter gets put into the back of the thing, latch closed, sealed, and then you watch in just astonishment as this creature takes its big claws into the wooden desktop of this and like jigs them in, pulls them apart, and a little portal appears between his claws, and he just sort of tumbles forward, and it closes behind him.
Blink at that.
The orc looks unfazed.
Hand the letter to the pseudo-dragon as well.
Yeah, that's already done.
Yeah.
Be 2 gold.
I slide him 2 gold over. Not at that whole interaction. Alright. Well, that was interesting. Thank you for your time, and step out of line. And Since I'm in like 4 hours, and it's probably been like a 30-minute flight at most right now, I'll go stop by the clinic and let Aelin know what we're up to.
So you walk up to see Aelin currently trying to fucking get the window into the side of the wall now. The broken, shattered frame next to it. And you see fucking Mama, fucking Kraigdeep, just like sipping tea, leaning against the wall.
Plug in between them. Huh. Neat. Hey, Miss Kraigdeep, now that I think about it.
Hmm?
You said you have a book for every life lesson.
For a lot of them, why?
Can I borrow a book on relationships?
What troubles are you having?
Not necessarily troubles, just trying to stay informed. I'm not really good at them yet.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
It's a new relationship, and I'm ignorant.
Ignorant in what way?
All of them. We just talk about our likes and that we enjoy each other's company right now, but I don't know how to move anything forward or if there's any signs that I'm being bored. Everything.
Flowers and whiskey.
I should have
You
said
know,
that.
you kind of seem a little bit like me, and by extension, my son. So, she like vanishes into her room, and like 15 minutes later, like it takes 15 minutes. What do you do in that time while like Aelin is struggling to get this window to stay?
I grab Susie and hold her up and cast light on her so that I'm holding the flashlight for Dad.
Aelin, what are you doing while you're straining?
To the left, you dumb bastard, you! A wee bit higher, come on now!
Don't be mean,
Smack you
she's
with
doing her
spoon,
best.
takes
Susie's
a
crying.
copper from your wallet. Or gold, I guess.
Keep on looking at the book, looking at the window, looking at the light. Book, window, light, book, window, light.
I take my other hand and hold up the book.
Attaboy!
Careful, Lufa's getting twitchy with that giant spoon.
Alright, now, so that's supposed to go there, and this is supposed to go here. And I'm on the wrong page.
Intelligence
Oh, come on!
I'm helping.
at advantage.
Why is there a section on stained glass windows?
Is it intelligence at advantage?
Yep.
Hey,
Nice.
20.
Dexterity at advantage.
21.
Nice. The window is finally in place, and it's sealed, and it's working properly.
Gonna take a step back, do the old clap of the hands, and then get on his tiptoes and reach up and ruffle Wilk's head. You did a good job there, me boy.
Looks down at him briefly. You're welcome.
Oh, I'm Aelin. Haha, dad joke for you. I'm
You
going
got-
to go kill
Oh
myself.
shit, she is pregnant.
Jangle's jar.
Mom walks
Alright,
out
alright.
with the book, and it says, for the feeling, it says, dating for the feeling impaired.
I feel mildly outed, but oddly... Babe, hold... You do have everything, don't you?
I've been there, what do you think? You think Oswald got weird because of his father? No, it was me.
Huh. Okay then. You'll like fucking take the book. Hey,
Alright, good job, Aelin. You're free to go now. And sometime tonight, make sure to remind me that you wanted a couple of like pointers on shanking.
Oh, I'll never forget that. Wilk, where is everyone?
I've got an appointment in like 3 hours for the groomers area. We're getting our animals
2 hours
taken
now.
care of. We're getting our animals taken care of. I'm gonna take you over there. I can fly over real quick.
Hey, where's Lila? She could do with a wee bit grooming.
I'm guessing she's been sleeping all day. I don't blame her. It's a rough couple of days. Lila?
Like, Lila, like, you hear a thump from under the table. And you just, after, like you hear grumbling, and you just see her poke her head out, rubbing her own head with her tentacle. What?
While
Come
you'll
on,
get
go on a wee
grooming?
adventure.
Grooming?
Yeah, there's a pretty good vet. They do animal grooming.
I'm not an animal.
Scribble, 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 scribble. Shove page in Aelin's face.
What does it say?
Take her to Diamond Tusk, you moron.
What the hell is a diamond tusk?
People groomers.
Oh,
Massage
You
parlor.
see,
She's
like,
not people.
her shoulders slump. Looks at you when you say she's not people, raises spoon.
You already brought me there. I had my own things done while I was there.
Point.
Oh, the
I don't
tattoo
need
place.
it again. I don't need it again.
Yeah, they did good with Lufa.
I mean, I'm sad you didn't notice that I was, brighter when I glowed at night. She just eyes at you, Aelin.
It was dark and shut up.
Hey, question. Did Silas ever make dad jokes?
Actually, yes. He was
Tell
an
him
alright
about
father
it.
before I found out he was a murderous bastard.
Well, yeah. But like, I'm just imagining the fuck shit that could have happened there.
Oh, that's a can of worms we don't want to open up.
I mean, I'm generally curious what he wanted out of everything, but we'll figure that out, I'm sure, one day.
As a point of order, Wilk needs to put 2 coins in the swear jar.
Yes, it does.
Crap, I did. Put 3 coins.
3.
Crap's not a swear. It's a thing.
Yes, it is.
I... This thing is overflowing. Aelin?
Look, I don't want to
Yes.
talk about it.
He was pretty frustrated, not to lie.
Alright, well, I'm gonna
Lufa
get him.
gestures at the 4 filled jars to the side.
You can join us too, Lufa, if you want, or you can help out with Mama Kraigdeep. You're your own person. I trust you to make your decisions.
Hold up 2 fingers to indicate second.
Sorry, what? Holds up fingers, what?
Holds up 2 fingers to indicate second option.
Alright.
I'm teaching her how to make more meals on the road that were a little more complex, like dumplings.
Sounds good.
Nods emphatically. Also, at some point, shows Mama Kraigdeep a page asking if she has a bell anywhere.
Bell?
She needs a bell because we talked about how she can't do vocal components of her spells, but if she has a bell to make noise, she can.
They end up making a craft thing together. It's like a little jangly stick, but like embellished the way she wants it to embellished. Basically, she has those little like cat bells, like like bells that go on collars and shit that she used to use for different things for like clothing, because she likes to have little jangly things on the ends of her clothes, but not bells.
She ties those to the haft of Winter's Edge.
There you go. Jangle, jangle, jangle.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And then when they're cooking, she shows off that she can now cast Create Bonfire.
Nice. All right, so where are you two going?
I'm gonna take Aelin to the vet place, and on the way I'm gonna be like, we need to get ourselves one of those giant clocks, but smaller, that this town has. It'd probably help us out, just start at a time whenever you're being a dick about it.
Well, you guys aren't moving yet for some reason.
Alright. Zipping across.
Oh, you're carrying him?
Yeah. And Luke.
Strength. You're not the strongest boy. You'd have to take off and shit. Alright, I'll let it go.
Hey.
By the time you arrive, you're seeing, like, Aahana leave and Oswald, like, walking into the back.
I can show you the world.
Red and occasionally green.
You see fucking Fenris waiting outside unless he went to the... Did you pay to go into the...
Actually, Fenris is badgering with more questions.
About what?
So can I, if I just let it eat its fill, will it overeat, or like, should I just let it eat?
She's suggesting to let it eat its fill. It's like, it's not gonna... It'll stop, because there's not really much place for it to go.
Okay.
And that's when you two basically finally walk in.
Hello. Oswald
The
hasn't
window's
gotten
fixed.
kicked out yet, has he?
Not yet.
I mean, Oswald's here now.
On the way to...
Oh yeah, he's left, sorry.
You hear muffled, the fuck are those?
Aelin, are you doing anything with the lady here or anything you want done?
Nah,
they do
he's
have a
just,
nice long list of like animals for combat.
Nah, he's just waiting for everyone. He doesn't want to replace his poor girl and make
Fenris
her feel.
is idly checking on the combat animals list.
Are you?
Idly, yeah.
Well,
Curious.
anything catch your eye that you're looking for?
I don't know what's on the list.
Think about it. Just think about it. It's more along the lines of above game. What are you looking for?
Dire Tyrannosaurus Rex.
They do have a list of saurids.
Oh, a list of what?
Saurids, dinosaurs,
Dinosaur.
basically.
Oh,
Big lizard.
You see something towards the end of that list specifically that's called a Tarrasque.
Okay. What would Fenris know about a Tarrasque?
I mean, you wouldn't know anything about a Tarrasque because you're not from the area they're from.
Okay. Okay, so that's just another name that means nothing to him.
I mean, you have heard, like, outsiders talk about Tarrasques? I mean, history. We'll see what you've heard.
Yeah, cause
Wilk, too, if you want to.
Sure.
Anyone, really, who's listening to this.
We're
me
monsters.
demo looks at or hears the name Tarrasque and goes, "Oh, world-ending creature." History
15.
11.
So, Wilk, you watch that Fenris, you see that Fenris's eye, like, eyeballing the list, and you look up, and Wilk, you're the one that remembers the stories from that traveler about this, like, Tarrasque that had basically destroyed a world because it was just an unkillable monstrosity, and you're also now kind of intrigued and worried.
I remember a story about this weird guy, and he was really weird. Talked about flying around in the sword, but like far away. I believe the proper way of wording it was, there he was, destroying the fuck out of that city, or something of such.
And with that, you also remember that traveler who was like frantic when he talked about this thing.
Do they have snakes?
They do have snakes. Pet snakes and combat snakes in the form of giant cobras.
Aahana's at the desk. What kind of snakes do you have?
Oh god.
If you name it, I probably have it.
I'm
Are
trying
we
to think
looking
of
for a
snake I
pet
would like.
or for like a combat pet? We do
Combat
have
pet.
basilisks if you want something that's a little more like mounty, but I don't suggest it. Because they're
Yeah, I feel like you would have to definitely 100% know how to handle those. I want a giant snake. What are my options?
well, we have either the venomous or the constrictors.
Hmm.
And while I do say that they can handle themselves in combat, depending on what you're facing, they may not be up to par. They are on the weaker tier list of combat creatures we have.
She like waves her hand. She's like, it's fine. Nothing dies on me unless I want it to. I'll take a venomous one.
God.
You want a venomous? Alright. Are you looking for a cobra or a viper?
Let me look up pictures of both of them. Because in my head, I kind of know what they look like. But I want to look at them. Mambas or cobras?
Mm-hmm.
Black mamba it is!
And they're called
Cobra.
black mambas because the inside of their mouth is black.
So you're looking for a black mamba. We don't have a giant variety of those, but we have a smaller one.
I'll take the smaller one then.
Alright, so a black mamba is gonna... Are you immune to venom?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
My friends aren't, but
This'll
they'll
cost
just have to be
you-
careful.
10 copper.
She will hand over the 10 copper.
We'll figure out the stats on that shit later.
I now have... Is it an egg or a fully grown one?
I'll shoot to ask you what you'd want before. Oh yeah, I should have done that for the price. Actually, no. We only sell fully trained ones, so it'd be the 10 gold.
Yeah.
Are you looking for male or
It's
female?
venomous. Probably female.
Female?
I don't want it to accidentally get weird with a male one.
Alright,
Since
so
I'm also snake.
she vanishes in the back, and eventually she comes out holding this black, like, silken string of a fucking creature. And she basically holds it out to you. You see a shimmer, and then its eyes glow, and it looks at you. You are now bonded.
Yes.
So it basically slithers from her arm to yours.
She just lets it, like, settle on her.
Wraps around your neck. Happy.
Fenris is just gonna like hold Rhea up and just like look at her and start gibbering to her in Primordial. Do you want like a combat mount?
She looks at you very seriously and says, "You are my combat mount."
Fenris just bursts out laughing, and like she just gets like, okay, you know what? You're right. Like he fully agrees with this.
All this is going around. I'm just sitting there with a book open about relationships.
I will say this much. If you guys take, like, above game, AoE damage is a thing. I will say that if you keep any smaller animals that can't handle that because they have lower HP in, like, bags or something that's got even the slightest, like, amount of thickness, like thicker leather bags and shit, I won't kill your pets.
I believe that there was already a rule in place too, especially for our little buddies, is if they're on us, if we make the save, they're basically gold.
I know, but if they're not on you,
Yeah.
make sure that they're in something.
I'm just
I do have an
reminding.
empty egg container now, so...
There you go.
Looking around this place, do they offer like pet carriers?
Yeah, they have everything.
Oh.
They have saddles.
Okay.
They have training gear. They have, like, pet armor.
Okay. Well, the turtle probably doesn't need armor.
Not yet. Oh, yeah, you were gonna buy a fucking collar for your Gardoon eventually. Are you looking for, like, middle-sized or, like, full-grown? Aahana.
Middle-sized. So it still has a
Middle-sized.
year to fully grow and everything.
For a, like, you just want a collar, right? Something to, like, so that people know it's a pet?
Yeah.
Alright, so something like that's only gonna cost you about, like, I would say 5 silver.
She will hand over 5 silver.
Are any of the rest of you wanting anything?
Fenris is wondering if he can like get a service to beef up his Drake to be a combat mount.
You do see that under Drake, there is a list of Drakes that for both mount and combat, but they are not the same.
Okay. So mount Drakes are not fighting Drakes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he also would feel bad about just like getting another a mount that can fight and just like, see you later, Drake. He already feels bad enough that there's the turtle.
Name tags for everything.
And you guys aren't even gonna ask about the Trask? Okay.
No.
Aelin, you want
actually,
anything after seeing the
Fenris-
snake? Yeah, go ahead.
Fenris is going to ask about the Trask.
How much is an egg? Are they born in eggs?
What are you asking about the Trask?
He wants to see one.
You want to see one?
Yeah.
Fully grown baby or egg?
Fully grown.
Step outside, you see those mountains.
How much is an egg?
For a Trask?
Yeah.
Probably be about 25 copper.
That's not that much.
I was told they stink a lot, by the way. Like,
I have an empty egg container.
Well,
since
what
my
she
snake will
brings
take the
out
other.
fully grown is a... So you know Komodo dragons?
Yes.
So basically, she can't take it. She has to take it out into the zoo area. So she lets you in there briefly. And this is a long boy. Like, it's not big enough to ride. It's also too slender. But think crocodile, like Komodo dragon with like a sail on its back, a long tail. The sail goes down that basically, and like a frill from like a fucking what are the fucking from Ark, the fucking
Spinosaurus?
not
Dillosaurs.
Dillos.
Dillos.
Dilophosauruses.
Dillo fucking frill on the head that looks a lot like it.
Oh, but Johnny is supposed to be.
Yeah, kind of like that, but with a actual like Dillo frill. And then like it's basically like it's about the size of like a crocodile.
Huh.
Six-legged dino crocodile.
I can't see one of these things wiping out a city.
Why would you think it'd wipe out a city? These are pack animals.
Something a traveler said.
These things are fucking great though. They're great in combat. Especially if you have more than one.
There's another critter out there that shares the same name as it from, you know, travelers, like you said. And they're apparently mountain-sized monstrosities.
Oh, no, these don't get that big. They're more of a menace than anything whenever in the wild.
Sorry, you say especially if we have a bunch of them, they're good in combat. What do you mean by that?
I've seen a pack of these take down a dragon.
How big was the pack?
10?
Poor dragon.
I mean, my black mamba can just hide in my armor. We can get 2 eggs.
Look, see, basically, she like points to the snout. They spit something, right? And they aim for the eyes, which blinds creatures. But
Oh.
then their bite is also paralytic,
Dangerous?
Yeah,
Like a
that's-
basilisk.
which is why
But
enough of
without
them
the-
biting, at least one of them's actually going to get that venom in there, and the creature goes down.
That's okay. That's actually kind of horrifying.
On their own, they're not that potent, but in a pack.
Fenris, we have a lot to take care of.
Yeah, no. Thank you
She's
for
just
showing
laughing
me,
over
but I'm pretty sure my Drake would probably try and kill anything else I brought.
Understandable. Drakes are headstrong.
Black one too.
Even worse.
Yeah.
She basically vanishes with it, and you guys leave that area.
I mean, I could buy 2 of them.
I guess, by the way, it is 7. Do we need a bio break or anything despite the interruption?
Yeah, let me get up and walk around a bit and whatnot.
And then I'll get to, Oswald's checkup.
Just so that we can quickly blow through it without making a deal of it, I do want to get a carrying backpack for the turtle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a big, thick leather carrying thing. So you know those cat backpacks you see in
Yep.
like with like the big bubbles they can see and like a mesh net, but it's like metal.
Yep.
Yeah. You get one of those. It costs you about, I would say, 7 copper or silver.
7 silver. All right.
It even has extra storage capacity on the bottom to store food and like this little coolers. It's kind of like that. It's supposed to be insulated from the outside temperature.
Okay. And would they sell the food here, or would that have to
Yeah,
be?
they have food here.
Okay. Hell yeah. He's also gonna buy. How much food can it fit?
That thing, not that much. It's more like a fucking lunch thing.
Okay.
If you prepare something specific, because didn't you buy like a barrel of fucking dried fish or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're still good on food for now.
Yeah. True.
This would be more like if you wanted to give him a treat, like fresh fish that have been like prepared or something. It would keep him like from going bad for like an extra day.
Okay. Okay.
Any other fucking animals you have questions about while we're waiting?
Shit. The only other one that comes to mind is a displacer beast, but that's just a me thing. That is Demo's favorite monster.
You don't see that listed there.
Okay. I doubt Fenris would even know what a displacer beast was.
True. But there are lists of flying mounts since you guys don't have that yet.
Oh, actually, that is interesting.
Mhm.
What
We
kind?
do have flying mounts. We have Wilk and we have Aahana.
Yeah.
Those are not mounts.
What? Like, I imagine like wyverns, right?
You don't see wyverns,
Okay.
but you do see griffins. Oh wait, griffins were they You see hippogriffs. You
Okay.
see, what did we call it? What did we fucking settle on that name for that one thing?
We'd have to look. Let's see. Dreediel?
Oh, Drydle? A Drydiel.
Drydle.
It's a Drydiel!
Sorry.
A Drydiel, which you know is the basically elven racial sort of mount. And you see... What the fuck was I lost my train of thought. You see something that you know is a... Sorry, Desmonius. And... You see rocks. As like the base ones they have here.
I heard rocks and I thought rocks.
Oh, and there's
I
one
was
other
like-
thing. There are things called glitter wings.
Okay. What's a Drydiel? What's a glitter wing?
Glitter wings are what appear to be, or what she explains as a giant butterfly.
Okay, that tracks. And like you mentioned that the Drydiels are the elven flying mounts, but that I don't know what that means.
Aelin does actually perk up at that.
Well, if you guys want to look for the picture, I have it actually.
Okay.
It's in there. I don't have it
Spoiler
colored
concept.
fully yet, but
It looks sick.
Oh, that thing that you.
uh-huh.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
And sorry, what was the one before rocks?
the Desmonis.
Yes.
She
What is
she likens them to giant flying bats.
Okay. And are any of these things like capable of combat, or?
She explains that she tends to keep them most people tend to keep combat mounts and travel mounts, combat creatures and travel mounts separate. Because to be
Okay.
good at one thing, you kind of have to give up on the other thing, and that makes for a shitty combat.
Okay.
Like, everything should be able to at least defend themselves or get away. But in terms of combat, if you want something that actually fights, you're gonna have to go for something that's not a mount.
Yeah. Which would defeat the purpose of flying mount. And would Fenris know how big rocks are in this universe? Because I know, like,
You know a single
Core.
rock could carry all of you.
oh, how much is it for an adult rock?
For an adult rock? Are you sure you want to know?
Out of morbid curiosity, yes. Am I going to be able to
1
afford it, or
million bronze.
whatever? Probably not.
It'll be 100 bronze.
Jeez.
Was that for the Drydiel?
Nah, that's
No.
for the fucking rock,
That's
which
for
can
an
carry
adult
all of you.
rock.
They are all. It's also that expensive because, unlike the other mounts, these things can defend themselves and kill things. Like, it's not a combat creature. It's not going to go out of its way to kill anything you ask it to, but it can kill whatever comes after it.
It's a living fighter jet.
Like, they are used to basically get rid of troublesome dragons.
Yeah.
Jeez. That that might actually be a decent investment for the party.
Potentially. But that's why they're pricey,
and
too.
this is the full, like, 100-foot wingspan rock.
Like, huge, yeah. Like, you all can easily and comfortably rest on the back of it while it flies.
Yeah. I'm gonna get food. I'll be back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We were just talking about the flying mount potentials.
Aelin is
Probably
totally
very,
down for
very
one of those Drydiels.
expensive.
Well, the one they're looking at, yes, is very expensive.
The battle bus.
The battle bus. Basically rocks, which in my universe are huge, like as big as, I guess, like elder dragons, but like full-grown dragons, if not slightly bigger.
It was as big as the airship.
There's a reason it's 10,000 fucking copper.
Yeah.
Which would be 100 bronze. I did that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonder how much an airship is.
Much more expensive considering you can walk around and like live your lives on it.
That's true.
While a rock, you kind of like, sure, it's comfortable. You'll have enough space in between each of you. It's not that big.
Indeed. Gotta get one of those Quetzal saddle platforms.
Yeah, like you can basically, I guess you could have you just like strapped in, or I guess you could try to go for something that'll slow you down,
Right?
but be more comfortable.
Oh, hey, we're still new to the area. While I'm reading my book and waiting for my appointment. Do you know any place where there's any good gadgetry? I saw the giant clock in the middle of town. It'd be nice to have something smaller.
I mean, there's a shop at the base of it.
Oh, well, check it out, thanks.
Oswald,
Yep.
you are brought back and basically sat down with all your little creatures. He looks curious, but he doesn't look like he's upset or anything. What can I help you with today?
So first of all, the most concerning one sets Garum Spider down. Apparently, it's a lot smaller than it should be.
How old is it? It only looks like it was freshly hatched.
He said 3 months, right?
If that's what
So-
it is.
Whenever it was offered to us right before you went to the Deep Roads. When we were in the Deep Roads, the like 2 weeks we were there were considered 3 months. And then you came back and we turned in like another quest or so from dealing with Eldronga. So yeah, it's almost 4 months.
Apparently, it's almost 4 months old.
Yeah, that should be about the size of a small dog.
Hmm.
I wonder if it was a runt. He basically takes it from you, and over the course of what looks to be just the worst day the spider's ever gone through, it gets a full checkup.
Actually, I think you did say it was a runt at one point.
Ah,
It was a little small thing.
I remember
It
them saying
was-
something about it being a runt.
I would suggest... So, being albino is going to throw a wrench into things, but it does seem malnourished.
Huh? Oh,
What have you been feeding it?
Generally just meat and other things. I have not kept track of exactly what he's fed it, but he's just kind
That's
of
part
fed
of
it.
Above game,
Yeah.
that's why this is happening. Because I'm trying to make sure you guys keep track of shit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
didn't
fine.
mean to end
It's
up with
okay.
5 things.
Dude, what do you want from me? You guys make this decision. Well, the first things first. These creatures are on a very specific diet. You're supposed to be using that. Meat alone isn't going to be enough for it. It's definitely more omnivorous, and then since it doesn't have teeth, it needs it in a very specific way. Did you not get
Okay.
pellets?
You would remember that we got pellets. Fenris bought a lot of the shit. You could just play it off as you haven't been feeding it just that.
I didn't
Maybe you
know
thought it
that I
wanted
had
better. I don't know.
I planned on getting this thing a while later when we were more settled down, and you just walked in with it when we were supposed to go off.
That's part
So
of the
I was not
in-character thing. It's
prepared.
all good. I'm not upset. This is you're not. It's not in any
I know
danger.
you're not upset.
It was half off.
And I know you're not upset. I'm upset at Will. Anyway, I've been. So if I had known that we had pellets, I would have fed it pellets, and I assumed when he gave me the spider, Wilk would have told me we had pellets instead of just not telling me.
I don't know. He was a little distracted.
When Fenris came back and got everything, and I had told him to also make sure we got food for all the creatures, I would have informed you, but like, you probably would have been like, ah, here's some meat, that'll do just fine.
Stop assuming what I would have been like, motherfucker.
I don't know.
It was lost in translation either way, so
Yes.
apparently you don't know.
Okay, apparently I don't know.
Otherwise, you would have been feeding it that, right? So you wouldn't
Yeah.
know. It's fine. So what are you saying to that?
I was never really properly informed how to take care of this thing. It was just kind of foisted upon me.
Understandable. Well, no harm done. It looks like it was, at least around most albinos are. It's probably never going to get to the biggest size it can be. It's also... Did you want to know its gender?
Not super important, but what is it?
It's a girl. It would have
Okay.
gotten much bigger than most of the others, but it's not. So this one is probably never going to get to full size. It's not a big deal. You are not a huge creature, and you could probably still ride around on it when it is fully grown. And
Oh,
everything
alright.
that's going through it right now, you can probably fix by just feeding it its pellets.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that.
We sell them if you don't have any. And like I said, this is still young. No harm done so far. It's just because it hasn't been getting enough food, it's not growing. It's just a nature's thing.
Are those pellets the same thing you feed them when they're adults or older?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just have to use Brutus's food then.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on to the bigger thing. just these are Eldronga.
So I've heard. I have no baseline to know how they're doing or if I can help them in any way, but I can give them a general checkup to see if what organs and processes they have seem healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I've already written down what I know about them. Look, this is mainly just me going, I know about creatures, I don't know how to take care of them, so I was hoping you could help me figure out.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you that I can basically 100% know if they're healthy or not. That said, I will do my best. That was a disclaimer.
I'm just hoping for any insight. I'm not expecting a veterinarian to know about creatures from beyond the stars generated by Primalist abilities.
So he starts going through the checkup. First thing he notes is that they have 4 hearts.
Oh,
They also seem to have 4 sets of lungs. And their digestive system isn't making any noise if they even have one.
yeah, they can literally eat anything, even rocks, so I don't know what it is.
I'm thinking of classifying things under the magical spectrum of creature.
Yeah, probably.
The dog noise was the
You said they're all the same species, but they look this different, so probably something insectoid.
Yeah, from what I've gathered, this one's a gatherer, this one's a keeper, and this one's a soldier.
Huh. And they don't have a hive mother?
I think I technically am. Like I said, generated by Primalist ability. I got the ability to create them from something.
I mean, they look healthy by fleshy bug standards. They all seem to be, whatever I can find seems to be working similarly to each other. So unless something's wrong universally, that's all I can tell you. It would take me actually taking one of these and doing a full research / biopsy, which I don't want to do because I would kill one of them. They seem fine.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes to that, I can always bring them back afterwards. So, but yeah,
That's
fucking
fucked,
Bob.
man.
Smacks me. I was gonna say I don't wanna, but if there's a serious problem, we... It's not a good option. I'm just saying if there's something seriously wrong with them, like they get Eldronga cancer somehow.
Did you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Your spider, because it is a female, like I said, it's going to be a little more mild-mannered and more prone to running. It's also going to produce twice as much silk. So, keep
Okay.
that in mind.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to have such a weird problem.
Oh, when it is full-grown, I do want you to come back for its shots.
Okay. Leaving.
You see Oswald looking flustered, stepping out through the door.
Oswald steps out the door, looks around, counts on his fingers, walks back in, pulls invisible Ba out of a treat jar, then comes back out.
So, I did notice one thing on the list that piqued my interest.
Hmm?
No, this is to the group.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I noticed that they do sell rocks.
They have pet rocks here? That's funny. Flips page.
Yeah.
I can
Wait.
just go get you a rock. Oh wait, you mean
Yeah.
Flaps arms?
Yep.
Yeah.
That must be a fortune to upkeep.
Yeah, I don't think we can handle one of those right now.
I want one too.
I'm just saying it's something that we could consider in the future, and I am highly interested.
Well, we'll consider in the future then. Flips page. They just say this stuff to get their feelings across? Okay.
Wilk,
Gets called, huh?
it's your turn.
Closes book. Stores book away. Grabs Pillbug off leg.
What?
Oh, there's son.
You follow this rabbit elf into the back rooms and are now shown to a room where you take a seat, put your animals up on a table. Lisan jumps up himself and sits there like a good boy. The man takes a seat, stares at you, and like, alright, give me a rundown of what you need.
So, Lusan is wanting a treatment in getting flying. I guess grown into somehow. He'll tell you everything himself in those regards, but this is Rolak. He's a deep dwarf pillbug, hatched 2 days ago, hatched around the same time as Aahana's little Gardoon. I'm sure you dealt with her earlier.
Well, if that's the case, he's too young for anything. And he looks like he's growing just fine.
Yeah, just getting a general checkup on him. I don't think he's old enough for shots or anything, by the sounds of it.
When he's full grown, you can bring him back and we can do a generalized disease thing.
Yeah. And Lusan is going to get his general checkup on top of the flying.
I mean, he's a plant, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
He's
Hey,
green and healthy looking, so he's getting fed.
Lusan looks over him, nods like contentedly. Yes, I feasted upon the pork.
Now, where did you come across the creature, and what did you do to get him to bond with you anyway?
Slayer, occupation.
Oh, so you are, like, actually bond. Okay. That makes this easier. Have you been feeling unwell, sir? He looks at you, Wilk.
Stops for a minute. Yeah,
In what ways?
emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And stops for a minute, PTSD flashback. The other night was very hard on the body, but we managed.
Have you been getting enough sunlight?
Yeah.
His eyes narrows. Have you?
Yeah, actually, we spend most of our time outdoors. Though there was a time we were with the dwarves. That was the roughest on the sunlight. That was a few weeks back.
He makes some noises and is writing down on his checkboard. Have you been feeling achy?
My feet.
Cramping? Generalized tightness of the muscles?
My back. Sometimes around the wing area.
Normally you get over it better, but this has been continuing.
I went to Diamond Tusks. I've been good ever since then.
That's good. But as he says that, you do notice that you are, for some reason, achy again.
But yeah, my wings are fairly new. I've been flying for a year, and I pushed myself pretty hard.
He now has a popsicle stick, and he's like asking you to go, ah.
I went in for an animal exam. I see what you're doing.
So he peers around your mouth. Yeah, you're a bit pale. So, sits back down and like folds his arms. You and your Lusan are linked,
Correct.
but in more ways than you think. You actually are sharing a soul with him.
Yeah, as well as Susie.
Well, he is a plant creature, and that means he's made of soul. Which means that you actually need to get double as much sunlight, because what you don't get, he doesn't get.
Fair.
You both need to get a lot of sunlight. And you're low on vitamin D, son.
Lusan nodding. I tell father many times to eat more oranges as well. He does not.
And
Don't
unlike,
scold me, Lusan.
well, see, you take the brunt of it because you're the one that's supposed to be responsible for him. While he probably feels fine, you're taking the brunt end of having to deal with him taking all of your vitamin D whenever you guys don't get enough. Being underground was part of that.
Maybe that's why he liked spicy food so much.
I mean, spicy food usually has some forms of vitamins he's probably missing out on. I suggest basking for a few days. And if you want to basically have more things grown, I suggest getting him his shit and your shit more balanced, because otherwise you're in for a hell of painful time if you want him grown. Not him, you.
We're pretty in sync in terms of combat and the like, though personalities do differ.
I'm not talking personalities. Whatever's gonna happen to him, you're gonna feel, and you're not a plant, so it's gonna be painful. Especially if you are low on vitamins.
Ah, so the growth process is gonna draw from me.
Yes.
Oh, I got some things to supplement that, but I'll
Well, the process
bulk
is
up.
speedier because you're here. It's going to draw from you, so you need to bulk up, and then I suggest coming back if you really want to go through with this.
Alright. I'll start looking into some vitamin-rich foods and hang out
I
on
liken this a lot to
fuck
being pregnant, so I suggest prenatals. And just start taking them every day.
Can I roll perception to hear that?
You can't hear that. They're in the back. You fuck off.
But
No.
what Kindred?
No.
Damn it!
It's a unique sort of, like, synthesis. What is it called when two things together?
Symbiosis.
Symbiosis, Slayer, and if they are of that track, and their beast.
Tell you what, he seems pretty upset with the idea of waiting. If I double down, starting today, with that supplement so he doesn't have to wait on me so much.
I cannot say in good faith that this won't inadvertently permanently harm you. You need to bulk up. Patience is needed.
I sure got him. Sorry, buddy, I tried.
If you want to help Lusan, you need to also just start eating more and better. You can't just rely on sunlight. The sunlight helps you, but it doesn't help him. So if you want to give back, eat more. Get more sleep as well. The longer you stay up, the more it drains from him.
Well, we will be in town for around a week, so.
I'll see you in a week, and I'll let you know. That said, you said you wanted wings, right?
Lusan nods.
So, this is going to take away from your tail. Are you okay with that?
Lusan thinks for a minute.
You're going to go from panther to bobcat.
Balance would be strange, bunny one.
Yeah, but you'll have your wings.
This is true. I don't think he's gonna really be much different in terms of your usual abilities, Lusan. I think you'll be fine without your tail.
It's more of a looks thing, but I need to make sure.
Lusan nods. Very well, I take your parlay for these wings. Bargain.
It'll cost 5 copper for this whole procedure. But that'll be if you can bulk up enough. And I mean it, Lusan. Sleep at night, eat more.
Yeah, you're not really been getting as much sleep. You usually like to stay watching around.
Because while you're awake and he's asleep, you're draining from him. It's a balance. It's a symbiosis, all right?
No, listen to the doctor.
All right. he leads you back down and out and lets you out into the main room.
Grabs pill bug, sticks to chest, walks out.
Oh, did you want to know if it was a boy or girl?
Yeah,
It's a boy.
nice. He guessed right then. Alright.
You see Wilk and a very upset-looking Lusan walk out.
Oh,
Everyone's staring at you, I guess.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I've gotta apparently bulk up on vitamins and sunlight before they can go through with it with him. I tried to speed things along, but you know how it goes. We've been kind of roughing it up a lot lately.
I
Yeah.
could also stand to bulk up on muscle. Smirk.
By the way, I need some of those pellets you were feeding Brutus, because apparently Seba is just really malnourished.
That's messed up. I could have sworn that... Fenris, did we ever go through the supply? Whenever we went and got supplies, I said something for everybody, right? You did get a buttload of gardening stuff.
Yeah, I got fucking fishes out. Barrel of fucking animal feed.
Yeah, I think we at least
Assorted animal
I
feeds.
think we had a bag at least for the little one, as well as on top of the extra feeds here somewhere, Oswald. Must have gotten lost with communication.
Oh, yeah.
There, I tossed him like a little cloth sack full.
I feed
How
Seba
long?
some.
So as soon as you grabbed that bag, Oswald, you felt him wiggle, and then he's like, you see a little leg reaching for it, like.
That was a girl.
Or sorry, girl.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
start feeding Seba.
You guys have a lot of pets. Seba eats like 5 of them.
How long did they say it would be before we get the tag?
About
a
a week.
Okay, so that's enough time for us to complete our job nearby and then come back, eh?
Wow, I don't really know, but we can definitely stop by if you want.
Are you sure we don't want to just relax for a week?
I'm also up for relaxing for a little bit myself. We can take a week to ourselves and plan better and think more on the whole
We
dragon
could.
situation.
We could stand to take some time.
Besides, I have a lot of things going in my head. Maybe I should have sent another letter. That being said, there's a shop over at the base of the clockwork tower that...
Mr. Deep River,
Huh? Yes.
the woman is holding up a bag.
I'll go over. Is this the formula?
Formula.
Oh, what is it?
Were you wanting to buy some formula?
Yeah?
Okay. Well, we can do that, but these are your prenatals.
Stops for a minute.
It comes because he didn't have to do
Ben.
too much. He decided to, fill in the rest of that that copper you paid for the thing to basically. Here you go.
Did-
Thanks.
Did-
Make sure
uh,
you get more.
Did Wilk by any chance look back at Fenris when the word prenatals were mentioned?
All you know is that his ears were flat for a brief moment.
Fenris has the biggest, like, you can feel the presence of snark behind you.
Open the bag, pop 2 things in my mouth.
Yeah,
Turn,
he is suggesting you take 2 a day for a week, and then go back to one a day.
turn, look at Fenris in the eye. Tasty.
How much formula were you wanting?
How many months are you?
Somewhere between 4 and 5 from kicking your ass.
I'd like to see you try.
Anyway, turns around.
I can get you a box of like 6 cans, just a can. What do you want?
I'll take the box. Always buy in bulk, am I right?
All right, so that'll be 6 silver.
I'll break a copper.
All right. I love how you guys are gonna explore, but then you see animal.
Animal.
I have to play it to my character's weaknesses, alright?
And then you all visit the vet.
Animal.
I mean, yeah, Fenris doesn't know very well what he's fucking doing. He knows give it fish.
Me to the Cox representatives. We have very important pre-planned things once a week. Outside, digital animal in mind. Alright,
Aahana's gonna buy food for her black mamba.
Would you like a box of So how are you wanting this?
Well,
'Cause
we
it's-
can just say there's a magical type of food she can buy that she can feed the snake.
That's
Basically.
not how these work.
Well, I'm talking about like,
Yeah, they're
Also
magically
like a-
freeze dried.
yeah, like a. I mean, if you want
Do
to
you
do
like-
mice, we can do mice, but
It's mice. Do you want to create a freeze dried mice?
yes.
Because you can also just go hunting, you know.
Crunchy.
So
Yes, but I don't know how good it would be to go around hunting with a black mamba in a city.
no, I mean rats, and you do have like a fucking hunter, Aelin. So
I'm sure he would be very happy to hunt
You know
a
an
rat.
egg carton? You get an egg carton of 12 freeze dried rats for like a silver.
And Aelin would totally hunt a rat for you. Come on now.
Hell yeah. But you also know that snakes don't need to eat very often. It's like once
Yeah,
a week.
Yeah, it's not very often.
So that at least lasts you for like, 12 weeks. The container keeps them magically cold. She does suggest you warm them up though.
Yes, you thought
And that he has been fed this week.
Do they also eat eggs? I'm gonna look that up real quick. 'Cause I know some snakes eat eggs.
Yeah, there's egg eaters and things like that. Most others will take it, but it's not a good thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Most snakes that subsist completely off of, eggs don't really have teeth.
Yeah. I'm just
Well-
trying to look to make sure.
We'll be waiting outside on the roof,
What are you doing on the roof?
basking.
Oh,
I just heard a sexy car drive past somebody's house.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's fucking gone for good because I've been listening to wah, wah, for the past 20 minutes.
You should go get his number. He sounds like a cool guy.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds
Sounds
like
like
his
a guy
dick
with a
doesn't work and he's trying to
micropenis.
compensate.
Kind of guy I'd hang around with. Come on now.
Because your dick also doesn't work.
Wow.
You hear me saying no?
Would you like some prenatals, Aelin?
So what are you guys getting to do before, for the
There's a
next half hour?
flying snake? That's hilarious to me.
Let me try and figure out. Let's see. Wilk's sunbathe.
Waiting at the same time for y'all.
Yeah, he's just waiting.
Oh, he's waiting?
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's just
Okay.
sunbathing
Yeah,
while
I'm-
waiting.
I'm just chilling around outside. like if he was doing that just for the sake of sunbathing, I was probably gonna just slowly start dripping water on his head or something stupid.
You'd have to climb up there, though.
Well, that's no problem if he can get up there.
I mean, he can
You can
fly.
fly.
He has wings.
Yeah, and I can get fucking big.
As you start, grasping onto the side of the wall and looking like you're about to climb, you can hear a guard nearby clear his throat.
No, not that I am. That I could.
Excuse me, citizen.
You see, I'm just
Stop.
implying.
You
I
violated the
can fly.
law. Pay the fine or pay with your life.
So what are you guys doing?
Are we all ready to go?
Also waiting outside.
Yeah, we're good to go. What time is it?
It's like
Aelin.
3 or noon or something
Noon.
like that. Looks at clock, noon. I wanted to
He's
stop
been
by the
replaced
shop.
by a clock.
You're about to be replaced by another one, because you keep lying, you bastard.
Fuck you.
Later.
What? You're already pregnant.
First off,
I
that
don't
just
need
means it's
Aelin
safe.
getting anyone else pregnant.
Besides, I'm a slayer. I'm not infertile. It'll work.
Sucks to be you.
I think there's
that's not the
another
only
bigger
reason
pressing issue
why
why
you wouldn't
couldn't
be
get pregnant.
impregnated.
Look, I've stopped trying to argue with his using logic. I just figure if I just retort back with the wackiest bullshit, it works.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Fair.
He isn't
Do
wrong.
you still want to check the theater, Wilk?
I do, but it's early enough that I think I have time to stop by the place at the base of the clock tower. There's a shop there, apparently.
There is.
I guess we can stop by the theater real quick and get a schedule, though.
Yeah, that's what you said you wanted to get.
Yeah. Oh. That works. Yes, Luson, I know. We're getting sun. Wings out. I don't want to hit people. This is
Flies
also a
back.
vulture.
Aelin,
Hey,
we're going.
There's also a vulture tunnel. I feel like
I
I'm
totally
peacocking.
knew that.
Looks like there are 3 plays currently being held here. No, though in the evenings. One is called Love of the Moon. One is called Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. And one is called The Battle of Bixbird.
Second one sounds like it was written by Luson.
I
No,
want to
it'd
see
be
the
Brother.
first one.
No, that would be Lupa
Hey.
when she was, you know, gourd
Aahana.
sized.
Aahana, can you pull out the head of the staff for me real quick?
The head of the staff?
Yeah.
They all have
Are you-
portraits. You want me to like paintings that are like to represent it, kind of like a movie poster? You guys want me to like explain what they look like?
Not yet.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you talking about the shattered staff?
Yeah, can I get the head of it real quick?
I mean, what piece of the head?
Just enough of it to discern definitely the head of it.
I don't. What are you planning on doing with it?
Just let me see it, please. It holds hand out.
Are you guys directly touching it?
No, that's why Ahana's like asking. She's like, "What do you want to do with it?" Wilk, it's inhabited by an evil, vicious soul.
Well, yeah, I... Look, can it hear me in there?
I don't know.
Talks to the staff. There's a theater show about Love of the Moon. If you're chill, we'll let you see it.
I don't think he can.
You get no answer.
I don't.
An entity and a staff that's broken. Well,
You're also talking through it through a bag to it.
Just relax in there. It'll be fine. Look, it's a person. You gotta be polite, okay?
Are you okay? Is
How-
that is the baby getting to your head already?
If I
or-
was messed up and shattered, look, it's pregnant brain. If I was messed up and shattered, I would want somebody to tell me it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna say that.
Zach
that-
also told
that-
me it has evil intentions towards me, and now I'm
Yeah,
going to have to
goodwill.
suffer through that.
And this is
Goodwill
called
kind of
making a deal.
ends at that point.
I didn't actually say that. I said that he had hostile, like, emotions rating off of it. I can't tell you exactly what's going on with that thing.
Oh, hostile emotions.
Zach, does it seem calmer under the bargain of watching a giant moon theater?
I can't see it for one.
Open the bag. We're doing this.
She opens the
no,
bag.
we're not. Stop it.
The
Just
staff is in
nobody
there.
touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it.
I'm saying that to Wilk, Zach, not you.
Okay, I won't touch it.
So it's glowing. What do you want?
Hey, there's a theater about a Love of the Moon thing. If you relax and are a little less mean towards us, we'll
It's
watch over
pulsing frantically, and I don't know how to take this.
Wilk, can you?
Fenris is
Can you
just gonna
please-
set a finger on it.
Don't. Oh, are you?
No,
Yeah.
I am stop. No,
I,
no, you're not.
Everyone's
we're
trying to
gonna
stop
do
you,
a
I'm
skill
letting
check.
them.
Okay,
I will
okay.
be
If,
so
if
fast.
everyone is like going at me to
Okay.
stop, I'll go. Fine.
Okay, no, everyone, come in, I pull him aside, like away from a bunch of people. You're in my hometown. We are not fucking with the demon moon thing, okay? Not in my fucking hometown. If you want to mess with the demon in the staff, you can do it in someone else's hometown. Not here.
Gonna close back up the bag.
So it was pulsing, but I didn't see any changes, so I have no idea what it wanted. Zach says just kind of like floating upside down.
Can you, like, identify it in any way? Find out what it would do?
I mean, I have identified this broken thing. It's a shattered soul. What do you want?
I don't know. I don't know how the spell works, so I thought it might gain extra.
It is
So
the
if
shattered
used
soul
again?
remnants of a legendary weapon, which is inhabited by now a shattered soul.
Yeah, it's
Well.
not very clear because it's broken, basically.
That thing's fucked up.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you more, but
Nope. If that's all there is to know, then,
That is one thing. We wanted somebody to fix it without probably the town over. But hey, if we calm it down a little bit, it might be more amenable to it. We don't even have to touch it. Just sit in the room with it.
so what are you guys doing? You guys have been sitting here, and the person behind the ticket booth is just sitting there and staring at you like, the fuck are these people doing?
Alright, now we can look at the posters.
So Love of the Moon looks to be like female orc dressed up to the nines, white face paint, black hair, and bunny ears, right? On an all white background, and then like it fades to the bottom where there's like a dark, like it's darkness, right? And you see like the shape of a moon beneath that, and then you see an orc man staring up at it.
Alright, look at the next one. Battle Briggs.
Brigsburg. So, you know, like samurai, like war battles? It is literally a painting of that. Except for this one has a couple of golems, like, slapped in the middle of all of that. And a bunch of what you guys can only imagine is a large, like, armadillo-like thing that they're riding as war mounts.
huh.
What was the
Let's
middle
go
one
see
again?
the romance.
And the third one, which is Father, I Don't Want This Marriage, is basically a picture of a pale-haired and skinned girl with a pale-haired and skinned man and a man with dark hair and like pale skin staring down at her while she stares at the person making the painting the picture.
What are the... Oh, Fenris is gonna walk up to the attendant and just be like, what type of plays are each of these?
What do you mean? Which one are you talking about?
All of them. All three.
Battle of Brigsburg is the epic war ballad of a person who wrote a book about a fantasy world.
Okay.
It's a war ballad thing.
Okay.
The Love of the Moon is a romance, and Father, I Don't Want This Marriage is a comedy romance.
Okay. Sorry, one sec.
So while he's controlling the dog, I have to ask, how many times has my mom attempted to get me to agree to come to a show here with her?
Never, actually. She's never really been interested.
Okay. I was suddenly having flashbacks to at least twice a month my mom asks me to go to her with a musical. Or go with her to a musical, so I was assuming that it was somewhat similar at all.
You thought it was that, but it actually, like, you think, yeah, that's totally the same. She's never asked you, but, like, once a week, she used to go with your dad.
That's so much more
Oh.
painful.
What kind are you all in the mood for? Romance, war, romance comedy.
We're doing the
Romance.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I don't know why, but okay.
How many tickets for the Love of the Moon?
Do you think Lufa wants to go?
Probably.
And
to
your
be
mom?
honest. I don't know. She used to go with my dad a lot, but
7.
Alright.
I mean, okay, but
It's 2 silver per ticket.
Alright. I'll place down a copper and 4 silver.
wait, we should probably... Lila, I'm assuming you want your own seat, right?
Lila's just staring at you.
But What did I do?
Aelin just shakes his head.
Lila is just staring.
Okay.
Maybe Susie's gossip made it to the creators, and now the creators even told Doonthul, and Doonthal's laughing his corrupted ass off. And she can hear it. Or maybe she just expects a seat. I don't know.
Or maybe she wants you to bring your mother because it might make her happy.
We can buy another ticket, is what I'm saying.
I've got all 7 tickets for everybody, but I didn't think about Lila, actually. I thought she would just come in and sit down with us.
She's now glaring at you, Wilk.
Yeah, my bad. 8 tickets, 1 more.
She was like, damn it, I was gonna pretend to be a dog and get it for free.
No, she's literally just... She's getting sick of people forgetting she's a person.
That's what I didn't forget. That's why I was asking if she wanted her own seat to remind Wilk, hey, other person.
Well, more so, whenever... I consider me and Susie basically the same person in essence, because if one of us dies, the other does, so I don't really think much about it.
Alright, the movie is at 6 p.m. tonight.
Cool.
Movie or play?
Play.
Play.
Okay.
Where are you guys going now?
I'm going to a clockwork shop.
I see.
Yep, let's go to the clock shop. Aelin!
Sorry, I just zoned the fuck out. My bad.
I mean, you are sick.
Wait, he is?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you here?
Because
Because
fuck you,
tomorrow will
robot.
be the bad day.
Today
Yeah.
will be the bad day too if you don't make tomorrow the good day.
Okay, that was philosophical, no. I'll have a sick week and then I'll be fine.
Look, rule number only applies if you care about yourself more than D&D.
He has me there. I still can't believe you guys are replacing me with a fucking clock.
Well, the clock doesn't lie.
Maybe I'll get a compass, too.
I don't like you wouldn't dare.
Maybe we can teach the clock to shoot arrows.
You know what? I
You know
bet
what?
we
Fuck
could.
you guys.
How are you moving that fast?
Swift, whatever that Zephyr Strike thing is.
That's the one. Hi.
I'm leaving. Fucking Windblade stabs a guard to gain extra movement.
You step in.
Sure.
You step into this shop to see a small, like... Have you ever, like, walked into, like, a mechanic's or tinker's most clustered ass, like, quote-unquote shop? Shit's dangling everywhere. There's stuff all over the place. Nothing is in order. And on top of, like, what little, like, open space there is on her, like, quote-unquote desk is a gnome sprawled out, snoring. She has 2 mechanical limbs. It looks to be a leg and an arm.
Look at her. Look around. Is there like a little thing for me to bop and ring for service?
Perception.
Ow.
You don't see anything.
I knock on the table.
As you take a step forward to knock on the table, you trip over a wire that like sets off an alarm, and now the whole like area is bathed in the pulsing red light, and there's like all like 5 different like cuckoo clocks going off, and she just sits up, falls off to the desk into a pile of some sort of scrap metal, starts cursing as she claws her way out, gets to the desk, like climbs up onto like the fucking like a stool in front of it so she can see over it, and slams a button, her hand on a button, turning it off. What can I do for you?
I speak in Gnomish. Yeah, I was looking for something to keep track of time with me out in the open and in the wilds and stuff like that. Look like the place to get one.
She vanishes, and then she's carrying like a case back and sets it down, and it's got like an assortment of like wristwatches.
Do you have one that also shoots arrows? And he just grins at Aelin.
She like she taps her chin, runs away, and when she comes back, she has a slightly bulkier wristwatch that has like. She's like, if you turn this dial here, it'll shoot a poison dart.
Oh, come on!
Then stop lying.
Do you have one that
Preserving
doubles as a compass?
Impressive.
I don't have one that can shoot, but I do have a watch that serves as a compass. Like she points back at the fucking like case and the third watch in. Basically, if you flip it open, there's a compass inside.
Crosses his arms and grumbling quietly.
Huh. Neat.
So, what's the process for reloading this? Pointing to the one that shoots a dart.
I mean, don't shoot yourself; you'll die.
Of course.
Otherwise, you'll have to bring it back to reload because it's like a one-shot thing. But at least it'll kill it.
So it'll just.
Huh.
What's the biggest thing this will just kill?
A full-grown dragon.
And how expensive are the darts?
I mean, it destroys the watch to do it, so I'd have
Oh.
to make a new one.
Ah.
And this watch here cost me like 50 copper to make.
Do you have anything that would shoot,
That's-
debilitating darts that isn't a watch?
I mean, yeah, lots of things.
You know, I suddenly realized we could probably get proper fitted gas masks that we've been needing here.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, I have a bunch.
Well, let's start real quick. Compass watch, how much for that? And I'll buy that.
Oh, just the compass watch?
Yeah.
That'll be a copper. It's high quality. It winds itself, and it's waterproof.
Oh yeah.
It's also treated, so if you come across anything that eats metal, it won't.
And you said it self-winds based off of location? Or just in general?
No, it just self-winds.
Alright, I'll have to keep track of where on the continent I am at most. But I can usually do that if I'm on the surface. It's underground that's really tough.
I wouldn't suggest trying to use it underground.
Soft speaks in Gnomish. It's not gonna blow up, is it?
She clears her throat and says back in Gnomish, I haven't tested it yet.
Hasn't tested it underwater or underground.
I think she hasn't tested it at all yet.
It's run on magnets, and it may or may not get more intense if you get closer to the core.
Stops for a minute.
I
How
actually
close
don't
have you
know
been
much.
to Grack with these?
What?
Wouldn't be just as bad with Grack, would it?
No, Rack's not a magnetic force.
Alright, good. Alright, and about the, anti, air bad masks. The ventilation masks.
Mhm.
I mean, Aahana's basically made of poison, but this would help just period with that sort of thing, I feel like, in case there's something else. So,
Mhm.
5 of them fitted to us. I know we've got a big group of us.
I mean, I live in a Kindred town. I got this.
Full face, eyes, everything?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Hey Lila, are you immune to poisons?
She's an elemental. She's definitely immune to that kind of thing. As is Susie.
Yes, she is.
Okay, but one, they might want gas masks as well, just to deal with bad smells too. Think about how adorable Susie would be wearing a gas mask.
So if you want ones that will actually make you immune to all inhaled poison toxins and diseases, it's going to be 100 copper per.
Ah, shit, that's a decent amount.
We need to go to the bank and cash in these tin marks.
But like I said, I have sizes for all of you. Except for maybe that one. She points at Aelin. I might have to make it. I might have to get a. I'll have to check if I have my kid ones ready.
Savage.
I just...
I mean, I guess. I mean, you're too big for a gnomish. I'd have to check for the kids.
I'm going to burn this place down.
She like her arm, her mechanical arm, like turns into a crossbow, and she's pointing at you. Say that again.
I'm
her.
going, steps behind Fenris, to burn this place
Fenris
down.
grabs him by the shoulder and just plops him right in front of him.
All right,
This
since
is
you're being
probably-
grappled currently,
the worst place you could threaten to do that to. One, because of that. Two, because it would explode.
Oh,
God!
no. Oh no.
So your right leg has a bolt sticking out of it that's on fire. Your pant leg is now on fire.
Just gonna look at it. Look at Fenris. Look back at it.
You took
That's why I
10
fucking
piercing
hate-
damage and are currently taking 4 fire damage, but it's about to tick again.
Stop threatening to burn people's things down.
Fenris is going to pat out the fire on his leg.
All right.
I'd just be laughing.
She lifts her. She bends her elbow to lift up the fucking crossbow arm, and it reloads. Now she's pointing it at Aelin again. Say it again.
He's just gonna turn around and try and sock Fenris in the face.
No fighting in my shop.
He started it.
Make the roll.
Does a 24 hit?
Aelin, I swear you're going back to Oswald's mom. You're
24
being a
hit me,
problem.
yes.
All right. So you now have a bolt sticking out of your shoulder. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
Damn it. So you feel woozy for a moment, and you now felt a little drunk, but now you're trying to sock him again, and since that'd be another round, 'cause 6 seconds, another con save.
22. I'm getting better.
Yeah, you're still swinging. Another round goes by while fucking
Can I try to
Fenris is
restrain
cracking
him?
up. Sure.
Can I- Yeah.
The strength
I
versus
am
his dexterity,
helping.
so you get a strength at advantage.
Okay. 24.
Damn, 22.
You're now
17.
restrained. Another con save.
50.
You are now asleep. Not magically, chemically.
Fenris is just gonna slowly lower him to the ground. Just nod. Thank you.
Don't worry, Aelin. The last thing you hear is, "Don't worry, Aelin. I'm sure my mom has a book on what to do when you've been drugged by a gnome shopkeeper."
She lifts her arm up. You hear the reload sound, and you see the tips on fire. But then her arm turns back into an arm.
That's really fucking cool.
Thanks, made it myself. Usually, if it doesn't get through to them whenever I set them on fire, the next one I don't want to kill them. So the next one's supposed to
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah,
we
he's
we
just-
appreciate that. He's troubled.
Oh yeah, I
he's like
forgot
a
the other
barking
damn
dog.
for that sleeping bolt. 9 piercing.
You know
Good
what? He
man.
gets insulted and you guys just fucking... Damn it.
You started.
She started it.
You started.
She started it by calling him small.
You are small.
No way
And
he's
it's
from...
a gnome calling you that.
Where you're
Exactly,
from,
that's just
elves
insulting.
are smaller. You realize? Like
The
humans are
small
taller
person
than you.
called him small, okay?
Compared
She
to
has every right to.
She said you're taller than her.
Still
It's just-
small.
Compared to the orcs and kindred she usually has to deal with, you're smaller.
Remember, we're all Oswald's one of the shorter kindred, and he's fucking 7 feet tall.
Also, the child size part hurt.
Just was trying to think of what she has to fit you, because you're the only one.
This lady's going out of her way to find something that will accommodate you, and you threaten to burn down her store. How
Fenris
dare
is
you.
going to walk up and just how much did the bolts cost?
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Oh.
want him to fucking start a fire in here because this is
Don't.
the generator that runs, or the batteries that store most of the power from the fucking river are in here, and that would be that would level like a city
Yeah.
block.
Yeah. Yeah. He, in his defense, he threatens to burn a lot of places down.
How does he ever get anything done?
He spends most of his time unconscious.
Oh.
Or being grappled by one of us.
On the bright
So-
side, he gets some great sleep.
It's a good thing you got to him first. I was gonna goop him.
I figure
Yeah.
we can all fund our own at the end of this if we wanted to, so I was leaving that up to everybody else. But I have my own coin. Miss.
Oh, so you're buying one?
Yes, Miss. Didn't catch your name.
Oh, I'm Tickle Spark.
All right.
I
Miss.
don't. Real quick, I don't think it's obvious because nobody else moved their tokens into the building, but Aahana stayed outside.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
everyone else kind of left their tokens down here, and I didn't know if it was obvious or not.
I saw, like,
Which is why I haven't been
Oswald
responding to
leave his
stuff.
token out, so
Okay.
I was like,
I just fucked up.
oh yeah.
So,
I'm Chrissy Tinklespark.
well, Chrissy, my name's Wilk Deep River, and I start speaking Gnomish again. I understand that a lot of places this has varying wealth. How much would you say it accounts for? Considering you're both an engineer who can use it, as well as monetary value alone. I slide over a tin coin, minted dwarfish.
Oh. That would pay for all the masks. And then I would have to give you back some fucking money. I don't know if I have enough.
Well, tell you what. Considering that sounds like a good deal on our part, considering the value it has in other towns is a little bit less, but a lot here. We'll call it good if
You know
you
how
get
many
a match for
wires
all
I
of
can
us.
make out of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop
So we'll-
speaking a language no one else speaks, you coward.
I mean, if you're willing to hand that over, I would suggest then that you get some weaponry, or I guess I could make you some specialized belts. I think one of you, that one, he points at the unconscious one, has a bow. Otherwise, I have guns. If any of you know how to use those, there's also goggles and gadgets and all sorts of shit. Do you have any
Is
interest in
this
tracking devices?
Is she speaking in common or Gnomish?
Yeah, I know he's speaking in Gnomish, but she's speaking in Common.
Oh. Fenris seems interested in the term gadgets.
Well, get in line.
Tracking device?
I start speaking in common too. Right.
If you just want to hand it over the coin, I could try to basically... You'll clean me out of a lot of shit, but at least you can sell that shit elsewhere, I guess.
Let's start with the masks, and for me at least, I wouldn't mind some of those sleep bolts. And I placed down my reloading hand crossbow.
I
Size
got
for
plenty
these.
though. Like, that's about the same size as what I use on my arm. Cool. Bring over the elf. I have to make sure this fits.
And everybody else can
He's
ask
just
for
gonna
something. in
slog him
exchange,
onto
too.
the desk.
So she comes back with like a smaller mask and like attaches it to him, checks the seams. Yeah, this'll work.
And fit my goggles to it as
So
well.
each of you gets a gas mask. This'll make you immune to airborne hazards. Alright?
If I have her attach my goggles, can it help with blindness as well?
I mean, it would airborne if the blinding hazard is airborne, you'd be immune.
Oh, okay.
Like sand and shit.
Gotcha. So it's already good for that.
Yeah, it's full face.
Nice. And,
What are you doing outside though, Aahana?
Well, besides bonding with her black mamba, she's also writing up a letter to send to Bazooka.
Ah. It's around this time that you guys would actually notice she's not in there with you.
And I'll come back for the stack of sleep bolts that you have.
Did you want 20?
Yeah.
So the DC on these, honey, is 15.
Alright. And I'll knock a target unconscious.
Mhm.
As long as they're not immune to poison, I'm guessing.
They'll stay unconscious for an hour. Even shaking them's not going to wake them up.
I'll nod.
But if they're immune to poison, it's not going to work. So you want to write that shit down.
I got that already. And I'll let these two knuckleheads get something else out of that tin coin I placed. I'm gonna get this mask to Aahana.
Alright.
Jesus, Oswald.
What are the rest of you looking for?
I just want to know what there is.
I mean, I've got a lot. What are you looking for?
You have a dart
Yeah.
launcher?
Yeah, lots.
Like one I could mount to my arm?
I might have to do some refitting for that. But sure.
Yeah. I'm a primalist, so I do a lot of weird things, so...
I mean, it'd
Holding
be
one
easier for
probably
you
wouldn't work.
to not have to like. I mean, it'd probably be easier for you to use it as like an actual like launcher. The arm can potentially it could break. I mean, it'd make it more flimsy. Probably wouldn't have as much power.
Fair. Alright. Then just a normal dart launcher, I guess.
All right. So if you get a dart launcher, This is going to double the damage of darts. If that helps at
Okay.
all. It can store up to 5 at a time before needing reloading. Reloading takes a bonus action.
Does it add any to the range or to hit?
Oh, what's the range of a dart?
Let me look. I have so many fucking attacks. Hold on. A dart is 2060.
Oh, hell yeah. That easily, like, triples it.
So 6120. No, not 6120. 6180.
Like, it turns a dart into a gun bullet.
Okay, so that would be Dex. And it would be 2d4. And do you have any of those, like, knockout darts for that?
Are you looking for chemical or electric?
Chemical.
Because if you use metal darts, I could actually rig that thing up to actually, like, do it in little, like, electric discharges instead.
That seems interesting.
Mhm.
I guess that then, because he's
Like,
getting
take that,
the
like, come here.
sleeping ones.
She's like, give me your darts. And she she takes the gun and all your darts, and she hammers them out into needles. And then she basically does some fucking, like, some weird ass god, like, you'd swear she's a goblin with how she's, like, able to rig shit up. A little battery pack in there and everything, and now she's like, yeah, this'll shoot some. So basically, above game, it'll be an additional D4 lightning damage with a DC 12 chance to stun. Plus, needles
alright.
are a lot cheaper.
Yeah, could I get some more of those? Because I was only down to,
She
like, 9.
like slams down a fucking box of like 1,000.
Shit,
It's like
okay.
it's like you know, staplers. They're tiny, so it's like a little like fucking like paper box. Is there anything else you're into, Big Bird Man?
I wasn't expecting this to be this successful, so not at
He
the
gave me a
moment.
fucking tin coin.
You said something about tracking.
Yeah.
What is that? I have no
So-
concept of that.
She puts down like a little like gadget that has a screen on it with like it looks to be like a sky view of the surrounding area, of a pretty big part of the surrounding area. The town in the middle is a little dot, and then she like points to this blinking dot off to the side of it. It's like that is something I put on one of my familiars, and I had to go out for like purposes of like showing people how this works. And then she holds up like a little like a circular, like, flat on one end sort of thing that has little, like, stabby things on that side. If you basically, like, attach this to someone or shoot it or whatever, it'll track wherever that thing goes. On this.
So could I rig one of those tracker things to shoot out of this thing?
These are too big, but you could definitely throw, or I guess you could attach it to a crossbow.
Yeah, I'm not too good at throwing, so I guess we'd have to probably show that to Wilk.
Or you could just take off the stabby ends and, like, attach it to a collar for a pet.
That would also be good.
Got a lot of options.
Would the tin have been enough to cover that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just like slides over the fucking like thing. You'll have to get more batteries when it runs out, but that battery should last about a month if you keep it on all the time. And here's a box of like 20 of these little like fucking doodads.
Okay, give me a fucking moment to write that down. Fenris, go ahead.
Do you have something that can make me faster?
I'm not really on the magic side of things. I'm more of a gadget person, so no.
Alright.
Fucking get him those giant stilt shoes.
Well,
Looking for anything else?
I don't know. I just want to see interesting things now.
You want a stun baton?
A stun? What?
She slaps down a fucking mace looking thing, and then she like She lifts it again and like presses a button on the handle, and you watch as electricity sparks off of it. Stun baton.
Allow me to give sound effect.
Huh. Kinda. So if starts acting up, pointing at Aelin, starts acting up, I can just motions clubbing and motions body falling over.
Potentially, depends on if they make the save. It would be a strength-based mace weapon with a DC 12 or con save to see if they get knocked unconscious for the shocking effect.
Meanwhile, far, far away in
You
a
can
galaxy.
choose not to do the shocking effect though if you don't want to.
Yeah, I can choose just.
Where the
use it as
fuck
a-
did I put that thing?
I've been working on a prototype. If you're curious.
I am curious.
She holds up like a fucking like hand like small for her. It's small for you because like she's a
Yeah.
gnome. But she holds up what looks to be the handle to a sword, and you watch as she presses a button and a light beam shoots out of it.
Fenris's eyes just go light
I
up.
call it a lightsaber. Because you know it's made of light and it's a saber.
Yeah.
Because it's like curved. Because you watch as like the light actually curves slightly.
Oh yes, yes, I see that now. That
Plasma.
okay.
I was just
I'm-
imagining. just
However,
like
this
with
is
the-
a prototype. Because like it takes too much power, and like after she's saying that, the fucking like handle sparks and the blade disappears.
Is there
I'm working on that.
most your stuff seems to be technological based. Is there like a way to just two swirling little eldritch blasts circling in hand make it run off of this?
See, I'm unlike my brothers and sisters and my homeland. I'm not magically gifted.
Ah,
But if you want to help pay for the tin coin, if I get this working, you can get one.
deal.
She holds out a hand to shake.
Shake.
Nice.
Just like
That should
a
cover the
round
rest
the-
of the tin coin. I hope
All
y'all
right.
are happy.
I'm excited.
So,
I don't suppose you'll be able to make one like two-handed.
I'll try.
All right.
God. Just over here giving Aahana this fucking gas.
I have an
mask.
idea for like a plasma hammer, because like I think I need a bigger power source. But what if I turn it into a hammer? That way, like the most of like the power source can be in that metal end, and then it can just do these big ol' plasma bashing sides, right?
Oh,
You,
like
you could also
hit-
make it a spear.
Yeah, but that's too small. Because then I think the problem is I don't have enough power in this. But I need a bigger spot. Like it needs to be bigger for more power. You know?
Yeah.
Would you like the idea? Do you like the idea of a warhammer? Because that's what I was gonna try next.
I do have a warhammer coming to me fairly soon.
Oh, what? Do you want another? I'm gonna call it a plasma hammer.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
I'll let you know when the prototype's done.
Okay.
Name's Fenris, right?
Yes. I'm not gonna ask questions.
She smiles.
Points to goggles. It's stitched into your underwear.
Fucking what?
X-ray goggles.
So outside, what are you doing with Aahana, hun?
Making sure she's handing her a fitted mask for this all.
Oh. I thought you were just getting a watch.
I got the watch, doubles as a compass. I made a deal with tin coin. And over here, it's worth a lot, especially to an engineer, because it's such a vital resource kind of thing in use. So everybody's getting quite a bit. She's getting a bit of everything written down and handed out, so I'm about to head back and pick up some sleep darts like the one she used on Aelin.
You know, Pinky, use that. That's perfect.
That's fucking terrifying is what it is.
Yeah, don't let her bite. Don't let him bite anyone.
Yeah.
That being said, this mask here should fit you fairly well. I know you're immune to poison, but this will help against all forms of choking, gases, blinding by sand, since it's got these little taps like eye protection. It'll be very useful in those kind of situations, and just general odors. Very useful when dealing with the Umthul's crap. or they'll drown your crap, or sewer crap again.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yeah. Also might be good for diving at a certain point. I should think about that, but at the very least for eye protection of it.
Yeah, that might actually help. It'd be nice.
Got ways to create water breathing. Slayers are signs are really potent, but again, eye protection's pretty good. Nods.
Well, I have Zach for that. Isn't that right, Zach? The powerful?
She's too busy reading Snick.
Yeah,
Alright,
48
Zach,
fucking
Zach,
poison
decent.
seems proper. Sorry, what's
Zach,
up?
you
What's
okay? She said Zach the powerful, not Zach the great.
up? I mean, Zach likes powerful.
Now just imagine it devolves slowly like Zach the decent, Zach the passable.
Super commie Zach.
But I
Zach
wanted
the-
to be called Zach the Powerful.
Zach the all-knowing.
Zach
Super
the
I don't think he's
Toru
gonna be.
Zach.
I don't think he's gonna be upset being called the Powerful.
God, Zach.
Super Kami Guru.
I'm gonna go pick up the darts and drag them out before they get too distracted.
As we walk out.
You literally walk into hearing her say, "Fucking plasma hammer."
I don't know what that is.
Fenris is
Fenris.
there just like enraptured by this fucking conversation.
I have no
Fenris,
concept of
come
what
back.
plasma is.
If any of you ever lose any limbs, feel free to stop by. I'm really good at that.
I've come pretty close a few times.
My God.
If
I'm genuinely surprised I survived my childhood without missing any fingers. He's looking at his fingers.
Look, that owl bear almost made me half a person. Okay?
what about if we just want 2 extra hands?
I'll think about it.
Don't think your brain would be able to process that. Like, even when I have an extra limb as a primalist, it kind of hurts my brain.
Maybe gnomes can handle it. We
Maybe.
technologically have, I guess not technology, but biologically have a faster processing brain than most people.
Ah,
I'll have to test it on the goblin though, because I'm not fucking sacrificing myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that Goblin
yeah.
City is pretty interesting.
The what?
just if you do make like some sort of control chip to make sure they don't overtake you, don't put it in the electrical system.
Why would you need a control chip? I would wire this directly into your nervous system.
Cock joke, not serious.
No, I know. I'm just. She's responding.
I don't know how well you know the area, but up in the peaks a little ways away is a goblin village.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
My ex is in there.
Your ex?
Yeah.
Thanks for a minute. When's the last time you heard from him?
3 years ago when he fucking stole everything I had and backstabbed me.
Was he medically inclined?
Yeah.
Did he look like describes the fucking medic screening goblin?
You met him.
Yeah.
I hope he dies.
He came really close.
Good.
That whole
He
that whole
suffers.
city was being attacked by these things.
She
The whole
spits on the
Developronga.
ground. Good.
Alright.
Sounds like a charming
Well,
fella.
come on, Fenris, finish up your shopping. No plasma hammers.
He can't die sooner.
Alright, well,
Pleasure doing business. If you ever need anything else, come by. For the most part, I think you won't have to pay for a while.
looking forward to the plasma hammer.
Me too.
Oh, hey, Wilk.
Yeah.
Here, hands the tracker and 20 tracking bolts.
The fuck?
So these things track wherever any of these are. So if we want, we could just take them off and like put them onto our various pets and minions. But we could also shoot them at things we want to track if they're getting away.
Are
Like-
are the trackers currently affixed to bolts?
Bolts. Yes,
No.
they're currently affixed.
They're the little like things you can put them on bolts, but for now they're just the little
Oh.
like flat circles with stabby doos.
I thought they were on bolts. All right.
Nah, not yet.
How
Oh,
big
okay.
is the stabby do?
I mean, it hurt, but it won't kill you.
Okay. Okay.
It's like stickers, but like the plant stickers.
Yeah.
It's like that.
The glucometer stickers?
Like those fucking annoying shit that get everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that shit.
Fenris was gonna put one on Luson, but he's not gonna do that because he doesn't want to hurt Luson.
I mean, we might find something to shove these on. Might be useful tracking invisible targets too.
Or things like that. The where at?
Jam one down Silas's throat.
Oh wait, how far did she say the range was? Poke head back in. How far was the range on that tracker?
Whatever you can see on the fucking box.
Looks at box.
Well, I mean, since the city that you guys are in is like a little dot in the middle, pretty far.
Huh.
In fact, you still see her. You see her familiar now making a beeline back, slowly.
Yeah,
Well,
she-
it might
she
not
put
be
one-
slowly, but not. I mean, technically, you know what I mean.
She put one on her familiar as a demonstration.
Neat. I might put one on the Deep Dwarf caravan so I can get to them quicker.
Or locate
Oh,
them when
that's a
they're
good
close by.
That too.
That's a good idea. Send one through the mail.
I already sent them mail, but
Send them more mail.
maybe. Alright, let's get out of here. Aahana's been waiting.
Alright.
I also got a stun gun.
Fenris is just gonna slug Aelin over his shoulder as he walks out.
It shoots electric needles.
Grab sleep darts and goes.
Considering you made so many saves, Aelin, I'll let you wake up now.
He's gonna wake up, like, gently, realize he's being carried, and just say nothing, pretend to still be unconscious.
Make him go dainty.
He is held over Fenris's shoulder like a fucking sack of potatoes.
He's oddly okay with this.
I mean, given that was how fucking him and his wives met, yeah, he's probably okay with
Your
it.
burned fucking bolt wound is throbbing and burning, and the bolt wound in your back is also like slowly becoming unnumb and throbbing.
Just the odd grunt with every step that Fenris takes.
Would I know that he's awake, or...?
You don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
People make noises when they sleep.
We got enough time.
Yeah.
We can head over to the clinic and get your mom and stuff and head back to the theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking.
Well, unless you guys have anything else you want to wrap up before, as you guys get back to the clinic, we can end it there. Or did you have something?
I mean, I just had a funny thing that was going to happen at the clinic, but
We can do that first.
Aahana's gonna make a stop at the post office.
What are you doing?
She's gotta send off the honestly quite massive letter
What did you
written
write?
in code. She's informing Bazooka because she's informing Bazooka that they fought Silas again.
Uh-huh.
So she has to. She wrote that all up. She's like, I'm gonna have to tell her about. Friend. Sorry, I got the letters mixed up.
Finn
And
the not human.
and about how to
Guess it
keep an
makes you
eye
get
out
the
for
dog.
her and whatnot, because that's definitely something she needs to make sure Bazooka knows about.
That she was threatened.
Yeah.
Ah.
And also an extremely powerful slave, basically, could be turned on her at any moment.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that'll cost you a gold to send off.
And I guess
So,
she's also going to ask about the address she got from the one guy and about how, would she go about sending something to him.
What do you mean, what?
She got the number in air quotes.
He's like, I could just send you a letter. He lives in town.
She's going to write up. I don't really know the places around here, so I can't ask you to go to any of them. But if you would like to send me an invitation to a place so we can talk, send it to the clinic, because that's where we're staying. We're going to be here for a week. at least, so...
I'll be another gold.
And she will hand over 2 gold. Thankfully, she has a very small amount of gold still on her. She needs to try and break some of the stuff down. She's gonna thank him, and then she's gonna head to the clinic.
As we get to the clinic on the... Okay, what?
I'm sorry, I just remembered there was something else I wanted to do.
What's that?
She's gonna ask if he could get anything to Jadestone? Jadetown? I keep forgetting frickin' the name of the town. That she became a where she became a
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She wants to send a letter to Johnny because they haven't messaged her in a while. She hasn't heard anything from them in a while.
That'll be another gold.
Yeah, okay. It's just a letter that goes, "Are you dead or something? What's going on?" Not even her name, because she knows that John is going to know exactly who it's from.
Uh-huh. Oswald.
Okay, so now there are 2 funny things that are going to happen. First of all, when we get to the clinic ahead of Aahana, we see, now with her newly, bedazzled, bell-covered scythe, Lufa's sitting in a rocking chair on the porch reading a book that says How to Bond with Your Giant Aggressive Uncle.
Wow.
Wow, your mom really does have books for every situation, Oswald.
Oh, yeah, she does. What? Another grabs a rat with his foot. Man, these things have been following us ever since we've gone from the deep roads. Goes to bite it.
Wait!
What?
Grabs it.
So as you grab it, Aahana, it looks at you, and its mouth opens, and it speaks in perfect common. I hope these are getting you. I haven't heard back from you in, forever. But I'm just here to tell you that I'm doing good. The town's a little fucked up right now. A couple things happen. But don't worry, I'm okay. Your bestie still got your back. I found some really cool things. It just goes on and on.
Do we
and
hear
on.
this?
Yes, everyone hears this.
Aahana is just literally sitting there, staring at the rat like this is a perfectly normal occurrence and doesn't need to inform you guys of anything. And it's like she's
we're all
waiting for it
just
to end.
staring at the rat.
So it talks for a solid 10 minutes about the cool creatures it's found lately, and then it's done.
She's like doing the slight nod, and you can kind of hear her going, "Uh-huh, mm-hmm."
And it signs off literally, your bestie Johnny.
Okay, then.
And she can, Aahana can respond to her through the rats, right?
Nope.
Okay. She's like, okay.
So your best friend is a rat.
Was that a what?
My best friend is not a rat.
I did
This
call
is-
him Johnny, right? That's his
Why
name?
was the rat
Okay.
talking?
Johnny is...
You'd know he's a druid. Or they're a druid, sorry.
No!
Sorry, Kindred.
That's what she's doing. She's having her moment of...
Yeah, sorry.
Johnny is a... Saurid that I met in J-Town. They update me about things. And I
Wow,
just
visit.
sent a letter. Oswald, can you wait to see if they start talking before you eat them?
To be fair, none of them talked to me.
Well then, next time a rat runs up, if it doesn't run away when you try to pick it up, hand it to me.
She's still
Okay.
laughing.
Why was the rat talking?
Because Johnny sent me a message. I just said they update me on things.
How is rat talk? How Johnny send rat message? Me
Oswald,
not know.
Oswald, do you make a habit of picking rats up off the ground and eating them?
I hunt small animals a lot. You know this.
This is the best shit ever.
You have seen me do it many times.
You would think a
Yeah, but not
primalist would
rats.
understand the art of druid sense. Wouldn't that be something that maybe would be closely linked to primalism and
Do you
something you
think
might
I
learn
paid
of?
attention to anything other than monsters?
Druids can turn into monsters.
I did not know this.
Oswald's
I know
mind
that
has been
they can't
elevated.
Only the
Susie's eating
very high
popcorn.
levels can turn into monsters, and that only that most of them can only turn into beasts.
Well, they can still turn into monsters, and if he's interested in monsters, you'd think he'd want to learn about the people who can turn into them.
Why would I learn about people who can turn into monsters when I could learn about the monsters?
So you could
Grace
become
is a
the
good point.
monsters instead of using their abilities. You could be them.
But I could only be one at a time.
Oswald. Druids turn into monsters because they understand them.
Wait, was the rat? Were the rats that he sent? Were they druids?
No, they're just rats. Johnny just
Then how
Had
was it talking?
animals deliver messages to me because it's druidism.
It's a spell. Okay.
Why would I have to tell? It's a world of magic. You couldn't think of that on your own?
There's weird things.
That are still most likely related to magic.
God damn.
I love you all. I just want you to know that.
Why are you just picking? First of all, if a rat were to just run up to you and show no fear, there's something wrong with the rat. Don't eat bad rats.
You sense a presence behind you. Not behind you, but above and behind you. A window is open, and you hear your mom. Is he eating rats again?
Yes.
Just unprovoked? You know they have. Oswald, you get back here!
He's flying 160 feet a turn away.
Keep telling that boy to stop eating those rats. They could have diseases.
That's
Especially
what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
They're just walking up to him and he's just picking them up off. She's yelling at the window and then he's just picking them up off the ground. Apparently.
Oh, I thought he got over that.
See, I was like, when it was squirrels, it was like, whatever, it's a squirrel. But rats.
I guess that's where we'll end it today.
From top of the tower. There's no inherent difference between rats and squirrels. They're both rodents.
And if they're running up to you showing no fear, they probably have rabies. Stop eating them.
Christ, that was a good ending.
Alright.
Good job, guys. What do you guys want to call this one?
Rats.
Stop eating rats.
Vets and Vanity? I don't know.
Ooh, I like Vets and Vanity. Unless you guys have something else.
No, that's good
Aelin gets
actually.
humbled.
Or what?
Aelin gets humbled.
That never happened.
Vets and Vanity.
Alrighty. I hope everybody had fun with episode 38.
We have to
After
fucking
all the
upload both of those.
fucking internet bullshit.
I'm so tired of that internet shit.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, before
Later,
I cut the
fuckers.
stream, will someone log in and make sure that we're caught up?
Yeah, let me look at the stream. Hold on.
I'm recording now after the hiccup, but it takes fucking forever.
Just got to the part where Shay was bitching about having to upload both.
Oh, so
Alright,
it'll
cool.
be caught up here soon, yeah.